just double check that we got a signal. Bear with me, guys, as we're firing up the cylinders and the pistons for this Friday transmission, 4th of July. Of course, expect some shenanigans today. When do they never not do shenanigans? 4th of July. Maybe some active shooter. I'm sure that's 74, right? Got a few videos to watch, so if you're watching it on the replay, forward maybe, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, and then the transmission will start properly. I just thought I'd hold off for a few minutes in case, the bodies and or tribe may come into the room, and it's always nice to be not in the slipstream, so you're just watching everything in real time. Would be great to have Zach here. Would be, I wasn't gonna say great, but just because the person's named in the title, again, even though I don't need their type of energy around me, but chaotic truth, you are still welcome to show face if you're brave enough. Gimpy if you're brave enough. Moxie if you're brave enough. Any of you. Hafez. Was it Hafez? Any one of them. Yeah? Any one of them. But they will never show up. Again, what's his name? Cyber Waffler UK. You're welcome. But we know you won't show. Alright, give me a moment here. Let me just see this. I'm supposed to check the signal. Right, there is a signal. Right, let's put this back up for a moment. Let me put some background grooves on. Give me a moment here. And as I say, I know it's not the type of video that's going to get any views anyway, but overall just a kind of a reaction, a review, just to see what was going on over there and to let other people see, what we have to put up with type of thing. Give me a second here. Oh my god, the scroll on this is so horrible on StreamYard. Using Chrome it is anyway. It doesn't scroll nicely, man. Gotta do a whole nother rigmarole just to get up or get down. It's just so long. Anyway, alright, homesick from yours truly. Still needs work on it, but hey. Production slightly. Once again, shout out to my Friday crew, my liquid drum and bass lovers. You don't know, yeah? I see people who come in real time now because, boy, it was a mission. Uploading stuff.
Vibe with the Buddha and charming in the hood. I've been tapping into memory when misunderstood. I've been vibing, I've been minding, I've been riding crash conscious. Even kind of big, now I'm slightly obnoxious. In a loop with a zoo every day. I'm a loose, selfish on my terms cause I've been given, been kind, been silly, been blind. Now I'm tired. But what you saying, what you got from me? Life's a game and nothing. So obviously I roll the dice, play nice, fly high, starry-eyed, worldwide dreaming. Find the life meaning, believing in anything that keeps my soul feeling. My freedom's extreme, I need this knowledge, yeah, I borderline feeding. The universe connection and the weed help me feel it. In my body, in my soul, exploring the unknown, the unknown, the unknown. Round, we go. But never really find a place that we can call home. And every day researching, digging into our souls. I'm feeling like an alien, I don't wanna go home. It's like round and round and round and round and round. distant. My freedom in it, my dreams are in it. My conscience, my seeds are in it. The journey, I see no limit. Spirit, science, astrophysical shit. I need a hit, it's hot and lit. It's a shame, it's not legit. It's just way too hard to get. How they regulate this shit? It's illuminated shit. Round we go, and never really find a place that we can call home. And every day we search and digging into our souls. I'm feeling like an alien and I wanna go home. It's like round we go, and never really find a place that we can call home. And every day we search and digging into our souls. I'm feeling like an alien and I wanna go home. I need a minute, I'm tripping, I'm missing when I'm flipping. I need a minute, I know I'm distant. My freedom in it, my dreams are in it. My conscience, my seeds are in it. The journey, I see no limit. Spirit, science, astrophysical shit. I need a hit, it's hot and lit. It's a shame, it's not legit. It's just way too hard to get. How they regulate this shit? It's illuminated shit. Round we go, and never really find a place that we can call home. And every day we search and digging into our souls. I'm feeling like an alien, I wanna go home. It's like round we go, and never really find a place that we can call home. And every day we search and digging into our souls. I'm feeling like an alien, I wanna go home. I need a minute, I'm tripping, I'm missing when I'm flipping. I need a minute, I know I'm distant. My freedom's in it, my dreams are in it. My conscience, my seeds are in it. The journey, I see no limit. Spirit, science, astrophysical shit. I need a hit, it's hot and lit. It's a shame, it's not legit. It's just way too hard to get. How they regulate this shit? It's illuminated shit. Round we go, and never really find a place that we can call home.
Oh yeah, let me put the invite link if anybody wants to join. Again, Chaotic Truth. Show yourself, mate. Gimpy, if you're brave enough, show yourself. Any one of you. But I know you ain't got the kahunas to even step up over here. Yeah? You know what, let's cut Zach on because I know Zach's got a quick little message. This track I didn't even finish off this tune. The last one that you just heard is a bit more finished, but yeah, we've got a few videos to get through, people, so bear with me, yeah? I'm just seeing if anybody joins the transmission so they're not in the wake of the slipstream. Expect it to be in real time. And yeah, so I've got a good few pre-records going on.
Listen to the language. That's what I hate too. People are so worried about language. You know, again, look it up. Intelligent people tend to cuss more. That's also a fact. Intelligent people tend to cuss more. And you know why we're so frustrated and venting and cussing? Because we have to live in a world full of fucking retards. You have no idea how frustrating it is to live in a world of lemmings. You have no idea.
Exactly. Tell them, Zach. And buckle up because these people are going to get put in their place. I wonder if he would actually double stream or put this on his own channel. He won't.
You have no idea.
Enough of that, enough of that. We'll get this quick last 2 seconds and then we'll start the transmission.
see the numbers too.
Turn off the TV, it's way too misleading. Telling them lies until you believe it. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. It don't take a genius to pick up the pieces.
Let me just put this back up on the screen quickly for the last time, or for now. Now, the fact, well, do you know what? I kind of already said it in the videos, already pre-recorded, so I can kind of sit back and just go through the parts. We've got 8 parts to go through, 10-minute each, and we're going to see how nonsensical and purposefully so these people actually are. So I don't really need to say much. I mean, it all speaks for itself. If you don't know about the Black Greek fraternities and all this type of stuff, where a lot of the stars come from in America, whirl of them. Colin Kaepernick, I'm pretty sure he's one. I mean, there's loads of them. Steve Harvey. I mean, there's loads. And, you know, things with Kabbalah, numerology, that's involved in the fraternities. This individual with the Alpha Phi, Psi Phi, Pi, I don't even know what word, I'm trying to be not too cussy. I don't know, I was like, shall I just say puta in Spanish or something? At least, pendejo. Something. Omega, pendejo, puta. Those are the pins I got for you, pussy on. About he's there doing up signs and moving arm and sticking out tongue like a fool. Thinks he's a part of something special. Oh yeah, I'm Alpha Phi, I'm Sigma Pi, Phi Psi. You lot are a bunch of scumbags. You're no better than Jesuit order, conspiratorial scumbags. Yeah? You're not for the people. And as you'll hear me say in the videos, when it comes to the paddle whooping, because I know he knows what I'm talking about, more than likely that happened to CT if you was deep in the fraternity. Maybe not even deep, I don't know. How far do you have to get in before they paddle your backside? You know the paddle? If you know about the paddle, look it up, Google it. Paddle. You get whack up on your bottom, bruised up. They got another little initiation oath stuff, so they can pledge allegiance, you know, to what they're doing. Because it's all mind control programming, right? And then you wonder why the world's full of narcissistic, sociopathic, hybrid, scumbag, megalomaniacs. And as I say, he's put out here, more than likely, just to be, you know, divisive in a specific way. You know what I mean? And then belittle anybody that actually use their brain and think outside the box, like us or Zach, etc. And then deem us, oh, we're just crazy. These times he well and knows exactly what the fuck Zach's talking about, you know? So did you have to juggle eggs, raw eggs, from mouth to mouth? So that's one mouth from a guy to another mouth of a guy. That's mouth to mouth, mouthing off each other. Did you have to do that, CT? Did you have to do that? About your striking pogue, about you're about to vogue. Bum, 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 bum. Nigga, you might as well go in, if you go to, do you know what? Because Vogue is not that bad. And do you know what? I was going to say you might as well go to the Blue Oyster, but I'm going to give you a blind. Maybe you don't have to go to the Blue Oyster. If you know about the Blue Oyster bar from Diddy needs to go, Diddy and John Jones, they should be in the Blue Oyster. If you don't know what I'm talking about, type in Police Academy scene, Blue Oyster. If you don't know what I'm talking about, type that in YouTube so you can catch the joke, yeah? John Bones Jones UFC. And Diddy definitely in there. They host the night, Tarated. And let me finish my joke off before we play the first video, just before I forget. I did put it in. Basically, I had the afterthought after I made the joke about P. Diddy, because I was looking at the news article and it was showing P. Diddy in his house and all the baby oils. So I said, fucking hell, there must be some serious slipping and sliding going on. I said, people going up his rectum like a fucking water slide from the water park. And then after the show, you know what come to my mind? I said, fucking hell, you know that's reminding me of? It could be like a freak off crazy episode from The Boys. If you know The Boys, they have some crazy episodes. I don't know if you saw the one with the penis. I don't know if you know what I mean. Could you imagine the miniature people slipping and sliding around Diddy's rectum like a fucking water slide? And then the other part came to realization when I was chuckling to myself after the transmission the other day. I said, blood clot, it's called The Boys. So that means that Diddy edition now, or that season for Diddy of The Boys, is going to be the bad boys, because you know that's what his thing was called, right? Bad boys. Yo, fucking hell. Right, let's play this to start off here. Hold on. Can I get there? Right, first video coming up now. Well, it was. Why is it not playing the... Did I not press it? And before we come off this slide, know what I've put underneath the title of his video there. So underneath Chaotic Truth Live, and then he's got the title of the you know, of that transmission that he did or whatever. So if you want to go and see that very transmission, you know, you can go. But anyway, just underneath that, what is it talking about? And I highlight it. You can see for ready for the copy and paste. What's it talking about? It's to do with IQ tests. Yeah? IQ. Let me move that piece of the banner because it's blocking it at the bottom there. Yeah? Why do IQ tests only revolve around patterns? So again, then look above that now. And it says, the point is that patterns are a way of testing your mental flexibility and adaptability. They force you to look beyond the obvious and find the hidden structure. I said, boom, let me put that on the thumbnail, yeah? Because we come to smoke these fools. We ain't even started yet and you've already been smoked. Yeah? And the banner that was rolling across. So where I'm gone. See him then on? Bam. Yeah? That banner and that piece alone, you've already been smoked. So let's get into this now. Right, first part here. Who's the other one calling out? He tucked in his tail. What's his name? End your griff. I don't know if he changed his name back to Power Within or something else. Again, you lot are welcome, you know. Did I put the let me put the invite. Join the stream. Make me hear from Uno. You can have the floor. I won't even interrupt you because I know what we've already shown and done over here. It passes. And I'm going to show how stupid those look. And I'm also going to show, as I already pointed out, those that really know. But they just like these to have argy-bargy, maybe for the show. And as I say, and you're going to hear me say it in the recording, there's nothing wrong with doing a little pushback on somebody that you have on your thing. And then to have a little, you know, devil advocate and all this type of stuff. But the way you're mocking and, you know, slandering at times and taking the piss out of an individual that clearly has brought something that is worthy to know. Yeah? And is clearly trying to share it with you so then we can all do our bit and put pieces of the puzzle and then we can see maybe more so what's coming around the corner, even though it's not always about forecasting this and forecasting the news, the next war, the next that, COVID. Like we ain't done all of that, what I just fucking mentioned. I mean, really? Are you taking the fucking piss? Have I not forecasted presidents, prime ministers? Like, I've got the videos there to prove it. Did I not forecast prime ministers, the last 3? You're taking the piss. Yeah? And other things. Yeah? We had the big stabbing situation in Ireland, UK. Did I not put out a video 2 weeks before? You fucking idiot. Even if it might not have had the location, but I did say to look out for something specific to do with stabby on that fucking day. I'm not saying you can't have a little play and a little play around with somebody and press their buttons, but at the end of the day, my friends, well, you're not my friends because you're not my tribe, but my point is, to these type of people and agents and sentinels that come into the fold in the environment, my point is they just show their true colors, yeah? The clock has struck a long time ago. It's been signing the times for how many decades now? Since us as humans have had the ability to really catch on to what they've been doing from how many centuries, from riding on horseback, Pirates of the Caribbean, raping and pillaging, stealing this, doing that, wiping out this, wiping out that. You know what I mean? And as we say, or shown from these cunts, then to cotton on to what they're doing in now, in 2020, 2025. You've got to be taking the piss. You have to be playing some next level devil's advocate just for show. But you know what's going on. But you just, oh, you know what? And then now you're making a whole quote over there that maybe you would say, well, do you know what? He has got a point. If you fucking pay attention to what he's saying, you fucking idiot. Why aren't you paying attention? Some of you are doing it on purpose. And some of you doing it on purpose, even though you know what he's saying. and as you're going to hear me say certain things again, whether it's organic or not, look at all the stuff on the organic side as an example, and I'll just pick out two for people that do self-deletion. How many stories have I covered over here that's not in the limelight of Hollywood? How many stories have I covered for knife crime and Allah Akbar? And then obviously the ones that you deem, right, you know what, that must be scripted from the gang, but we know there's going to be the domino effect of the monkey see, monkey do, and the environmental condition, and in the environment, the terrain of the people's consciousness is fucked, it's a mess. Shit food, crazy stuff in whatever religions prolific out there, and side stuff that will come in, you know, you've got the incel, you've got the this thing, the that thing, yeah, a whole bag of stuff, yeah? The music, the video games, Call of Duty, nobody cares about life, you know what I mean? And then we've got you fuckers that are going to be like, oh, we can't see the patterns. That Netflix show talking about cutting the power, oh, that show's stupid, that is. Or whatever accent or wherever you're from, Cully and Creed. You know what I mean? CT, you're a fucking joke. And as I say, that's why I've still got this on the fucking screen. That's why you're an ultimate joke. Because you would have think that, oh, I'm a part of the whatever fraternity, thinking that you're better than people. These times you're full of fucking shit. You're nothing but a gatekeeping piece of shit scumbag, just like that fucking other run, Gimpy, that we're going to see in a moment. And we're going to see how quickly I put him in his place, as well as Zach as well. So without further ado, again, there's no excuse to not say, you know what? Fuck fraternity, boom, 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 boom. You know what? I've got, you know, there's other humans in the world. There's other families, people. Why don't you want to help them to break the spell of the conditioning to come out of that slumber, man? I don't care where they're from. You've got the chance to be a catalyst and outreach, and it might get back to people in fucking Iran, fucking Iraq, this place, that place, Ireland, UK, wherever. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you want to be a catalyst of that? But you'll be a catalyst for being a fucking piece of shit. And as I say, this now will get minus views, but I don't care. I don't care if it gets minus views. I know exactly why I'm showing it. And I know Zach don't need nobody to stick up like that. I'm sticking up for obviously partially Zach, and then obviously fucking just the message in general. Yeah? Fucking idiot. Again, clearly there's something to this. So that's why I was just went on to just say, before we start the video, give me 30 seconds for this last piece here. Even though I'm going to still say it in the video, but you know, you've got to say things over and over again to get it into people's flipping head. Just like when you had to learn to use the potty. And that's why I always say, if you're not potty trained in logic, or to catch those that you can tell, right, they have got logic, but they're taking the piss, well then it just makes it a shit show for everybody. So anyway, so again, the Wax Wane cycles, look at all the knife crime stuff, or people that off themselves. Yeah, and again, it doesn't have to be in the limelight, but again, just know all the 34s, SUICIDE, that equals 34. Obviously other significant ones, but again, quickly scooting over to knife crimes type of stuff, or the Ali Akbar situation concerning knife, or the story with the wife that was pissed off with her child crying. You know, all these type of stories that you get. Some are real, some are completely fake, but obviously some aren't fucking always real. But again, how many times, I'm going with numerology of the day, area that it was, but most importantly, it's all important, but just going back to, you know, maybe the person's age. Oh, they're 45 or 27 years of age. Just for a quick example. Knife equals 27 and 45. Oh, let's punch in their name, the victim or the perpetrator. Oh, there you go. There's another 2745. How many of that have I covered, CT, or any of you fucking clowns over there? Thousands of entries. I think we're onto something, dumbass. Right, let's play this first one right here. Bam.
In America, that's truancy. I know back in the day, you could go to jail, you go to juvie for like a day, or no, you get a ticket or something. You wouldn't go to juvie, you get like a ticket. He said that they were skipping school. The cops told I don't know if they were friends, but they were certainly classmates. They told him to stop, and his classmate with a chicken wing arm. You know, one arm was a lot smarter than the other one. He said his classmate was running, and the cops caught up to him, and they were trying to arrest him because he's running now. And they said they tried to put the handcuffs on the chicken wing arm. He was like, ah! That's how I feel about Zach right now. I feel like I'm laughing at someone with a chicken wing arm.
See, now you sound like a Somalian. Yes, that's the whole point. You have to laugh at these goofies with their.
Someone with a chicken wing arm, sir, is not a goofy, sir. Someone with a chicken wing arm is no, sir. Some people are born with deficiencies. Some people are born with mental deficiencies. Some people over time get certain hand, like Muhammad, man, dude, if you were in the States and you laughed at Muhammad Ali, man, you liable to get life flighted to a hospital around some people. Bro.
Sir, Joseph Stalin had a gift arm and he deleted 200 million people. That's it.
CT, since you're doing another stream about me with more slander and misinformation, can we? You asked me about Michael Madsen's death. Can we share the screen to go over Michael Madsen's death? Earlier this morning I asked you to look at the death of the football player who died 67 days after his birthday.
Couldn't let go, so he went and decoded you something, but
well, again,
no, he's honed in on your request. You should say thank you, CT.
Again, if you watch my video from this morning, which I actually watched, I opened by saying, I've covered over 1,000 times, and that's not an exaggeration, celebrity deaths in 67. It happens all the time. It just happened multiple times last week. So you have a football player. Oh, sorry, Ruby. Hold on. Sweet girl apparently doesn't like your show, but real quick with Michael Madsen. Again, football player's dead this morning, 67 days after his birthday. Now Michael Madsen's dead at 67. Let's go over this real quick because Sweet girl's impatient right now. Notice, again, in Gematria, blood sacrifice and human sacrifice, 67, in reverse, 86. This is all synced with Quentin Tarantino. He appeared in many of Tarantino's films. He was also in Saving Private Ryan, like I thought earlier. But Tarantino's birthday is the 86th day of the year. The man who's dead in Spain this morning, the football player, his last football game in Spain was on 8/6, and dead 67 days after his birthday. Notice today's July 3rd, 7-3. Michael Madsen equates to 73. His name also has a double overlap with ritual sacrifice, 73 and 107.
Of course it does, Zach. Of course it does.
Well, this is the same thing that we teach about all the time. I wrote a book about this in 2017.
That went back and decoded just for CT, man. That's really nice.
Well, hold on. I'm not done yet. He's remembered.
Dude, I can't imagine the effort you went to find the patterns of numbers that fit your cutout.
Yeah, the same pattern I talked about this morning with the dead football player.
Today that everyone
hang tight, guys. Hang tight. Lawyer Chick, thank you so much for the $5 cash app. Positivity is coming your way. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for the $5 cash app. Positivity is coming your way. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Zach.
So again, I mean,
no, we get it. Your Charizard is super effective. It's
well, this is exactly what I talked about.
No, dude. The heart of the cards is within you. It is.
So just take a look.
It is. You are the master. You have defeated all the gym leaders, gotten all the badges. You are the Pokemon master. That you came back decoding the Michael Madsen because he asked you to shows how.
Can you put it back up so I can finish the point rather than the interruptions?
Okay.
And remember,
Zach, we're gonna
people
put it up
that do
for you.
this. So somebody like that interrupting just shows who's really behind this.
Okay.
Yeah, let me finish. So Michael Madsen's best remembered for Reservoir Dogs. That film runs 99 minutes long. He is dead on the 99th day of Quentin Tarantino's age, and he's also dead.
I thought we were doing 60. What was it? 66, 60, 67. What happened
Right,
to
I'm
67
showing the full
now that
ritual.
we're at 99? I'm very confused. Did you play a trap card?
He's dead on the
99. That you were allowed to change numbers there?
We're going through the ritual. Can we put it back up on the screen?
Explain that to me right there. Stop. I don't want any more numbers or any explanation. Why are you allowed to change from 67 to 99 randomly?
We're covering the ritual
without
of
telling
his
me all
death.
this 99 pattern.
We're covering
What in
the
the 67 makes 99 a viable number? Because I see 67 and 86, not 99.
He's dead
So
at
your cutout
67.
makes sense to me.
He's dead at 67. As a Jew who practices this, you should understand it.
I've got to pause it here. I have to pause it here because I can't pause it in the StreamYard. So where I'm doing this pre-recording for today's transmission. What is there not to understand about that? You explained about the 67, right? He dies at 67. You can see the numerology that adds up to 67, yeah? Then he's gone over to the 99. And what was it? It was 99 days from Quentin Tarantino's birthday to the death of Michael Madsen on 7/3, July 3rd, right? Again, just like his name equates to 73, we know ritual sacrifice, 73, as well. So me saying that, and as I say, then if I was to then add on, which I know I already said it, but just to go and say it again, then go back to then also 99 days from Quentin Tarantino's birthday, and hold up here, right? Just before we jump back into this, I'm not sure if Zach says it, but there's an extra 99, and again, the reason why he's pointing out about the 99, because I'm pretty sure, was that not one of his biggest films that set off his stardom? I'm not saying he didn't do other stuff before that, but set off his major part of his career was Reservoir Dogs. So again, obviously the parallels are going to be clearly interesting from Quentin Tarantino's birthday, right, to this person's death that starred in his film Reservoir Dogs, and you've got 99 days. Now I'm not sure if Zach's going to say this, but he did mention, of course, the 99 minutes. That was how long the film was. I'm sure he says that. We're going to play it back in a second, but the other part was, because I'll just check my notes, from his birthday. Let's quickly pull it up. So just quickly, funny, we're on 99% charged. But anyway, so he's born 25th of September, yeah? Okay, so we've got 99 days from Quentin's birthday, 27th of March, to his unfortunate passing, right? July 3rd. Is this thing? Which is there, yeah? As you're going to see again on the screen anyway. Also, Quentin equals 37. So you've got 3 months, 7 days, or a span of 99 days, and of course the day can be said 7/3 or 3/7. Oh, but what else have we got? Oh, look, another 99 from Michael Madsen's birthday last year, 2024, September 25th, to when he dies this year in 2025, July 3rd, 9 months, 9 days for another 99. How is that so hard for you to follow, Gimpy? And just quickly, this is how you know these people are trolls and dumb. Some of them actually do know what's being conveyed, right? Even if it's pretty direct with how Zach says it, and people kind of might turn their eye when it comes to some of the darker stuff going on in the world and symbolism and whatnot. But anyway, do you know what? I don't want to take too much time up for this because I need to cut the video off in about a minute. Do you know what? I'm going to make another video so I don't lose this one, because I can only upload 10 minutes a pop on StreamYard, because he doesn't like to play the videos normally. So give me one moment here. Do you know what? Let's just play and see how much we can get in.
These people that do this. So somebody like that interrupting just shows who's really behind this.
Okay.
Yeah, let me finish. So Michael Madsen's best remembered for Reservoir Dogs. That film runs 99 minutes long. He is dead on the 99th day of Quentin Tarantino's age, and he's also
Wait,
dead.
I thought we were doing 60. What was it? 66, 60, 67. What happened to 67
the full
now
ritual.
that we're at 99? I'm very confused. Did you play a trap card?
Now you see the turbulence trolling. I mean, come on, man.
Dead on the 99th.
You were allowed to change numbers there?
We're going through the ritual. Can we put it
sorry,
back up on the
can you
screen?
explain that to me right there. Stop. I don't want any more numbers or any explanation. Why are you allowed to change from 67 to 99 randomly?
We're
without
covering
explaining
the
that?
ritual
Without
of
telling
his
me all-
death.
How was that random? Come on, Gimpy, man. It's not even like you're doing decent Jedi mind tricks and turbulence troll to get into somebody's skin. You're clearly just chatting shit. Purposefully not paying attention. You're paying attention, but you're going on like, oh, well, I'm not, I just can't keep up. He speaks too fast. He's a crazy man. Give me 1 sec. We'll get to part 2 of this because I'm running out of time here. All right, part 2, perfect. I've got 11 minutes of recording time, and then I'll sort it out and do what I need to do so I can get my space back. But anyway, so we're going to follow one now. So again, these people, and don't worry, I'm going to get to Chaotic Truth in a moment as well. Yeah, and as I say, he's got the perfect name for his channel, Chaotic Truth. I mean, give me a break.
99 randomly.
We're
without
covering,
explaining that.
showing the full
Now that
ritual.
we're at 99, I'm very
Hold on, let me
confused.
just get that bit one more time.
Tarantino's age, and he's also
Wait, I
dead.
thought we were doing 60. What was it? 66, 60, 67. What happened
Right,
to
I'm showing the
67
full
now that
ritual.
we're at 99? I'm very confused. Did you play a trap card?
He's dead
Is
on the
something
99.
you did that you were allowed to change numbers there?
We're going through the ritual. Can we put it back up on the screen?
Explain that to me, right?
Again, the mocking and the slander. I mean, he's another clown as well, this guy. They're all clowns. They're all clowns. There might be one in the minus and, of course, one or two in the chat that actually get it. And then, of course, you're going to have the silent watchers that aren't on the panel or, you know, in the live stream typing comments and stuff that actually get it. But this is the other thing as well, man. Is it worth sometimes even, like, you know, going to that level to deal with that kind of, like, I know if might be the wrong term here, but, you know, like the double-edged swords. So he's got the you're going over there with the sword of truth, but then they're cutting back with their bullshit. Is it really worth it for the facelessness, the out of order, out of pocket, the slander? None of them do their due diligence. Maybe behind closed doors or even in the midst of their little circles. You know what I mean? They might do a little due diligence, but, you know, on here, they will just fob you off, going like you're chatting shit and symbolism, and when things are erected, like, you know, things to do with 9/11 and the Pentagon, like there's no meaning to it, or it was just done on you know, it was just random that it just happens to be on that whatever the day was on the date, you know, how many floors this thing was and all this type of stuff, or how many windows this other place has got. It is just, it's absolutely ridiculous. Even, and you know what, I might even do the recording for this fool, or just catch it on, if it's still, because sometimes it has it on members only. I'm talking too much here already, but you know, he tried to say, oh, the guy in the number 11 seat with the plane crash, the India plane crash recently. And it's like, I'm surprised Zach hasn't blah, 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 done anything for that, because, you know, the 11 and blah, blah, blah. And then when Zach came on, then he still tried to slander when Zach was saying to him, you know, giving him the quick lowdown and the low-hanging fruits of why that's such a significant number. Again, we don't hear none of these bozos talking about all the crazy anomalies to do with that situation. These people, man, they are just Zombieland variants, top tier turbulence trolls, weak Jedi mind tricks, top tier with the weakness. I mean, anyway, let me shut up.
There, stop. I don't want any more numbers or any explanation. Why are you allowed to change from 67 to 99 randomly?
We're
without
covering the ritual
without
of
telling
his
me all
death.
this 99
Again, how was it random?
pattern.
We're covering
What in
the
the
ritual.
67 makes 99 a viable number? Because I see 67 and 86, not 99.
He's dead
So
at
your cutout doesn't
67.
make sense to me.
He's dead at 67. As a Jew who practices this, you should understand it. Dead at 67, and with regards to the 99, I know.
No 99 until you randomly pull it out your ass. So
No.
again,
So what? So are you saying that? I know he's chatting shit and he's just being a turbulence troll, but is he trying to say because it's not from the calculator? But obviously the date durations and other stuff, like the 99 minutes of the film, how long it lasts, obviously that all factors in. Again, even if it was an organic situation, how do you not just see, okay, wow, that's interesting parallels there? And that's a big part of this, you know, things that you do in life, how you're polarized in nature. Again, I'm not talking about being in the limelight or anything like that. Again, like my granddad passing 7 months and 3 days from his birthday to his death last year. And he was a pastor all of his life. Pastor for church. You know what a pastor is, yeah? And pastor equals 73. He dies May 5th. We know God equals 10. And 26. His first name equal 26. Like... I mean, do you know what, man? Oh my God, Zach, you need to stop going over there, brother.
we get it. You defeated all the gym leaders and you're showing us how good at it you are, but none of this makes sense to people who live in normalcy.
So, again, he's dead on the 99th day of Quentin Tarantino's age. You gotta let me finish the point.
Which Pokemon is that? Which Pokemon is number 99? Which Pokemon is that? Exactly?
Can I finish the point? He's
And here they are now talking about Pokemon this and Pokemon cards and just, you know, just trying to boy him off, slander, going like he's chatting shit, get him agitated, get him worked up. Also as well, these punks can see he's got the baby in the background. That's another part as well. They can see that. So that aspect of the devil in them and their weak Jedi mind tricks, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to get him now. Do you know what I mean? Work him up. The baby's, you know, wants to get put down or get a cuddle or whatever. Or a bit irritable because she's sleepy.
You know what I mean? They do that obviously without the baby, but of course they'll do that with. And as I keep saying to these fools, going back to some of my points quickly, the Wax and Wane cycles, look at all the normal knife situations and even the scripted ones, not just the knife stuff, but or self-deletion, whether it's limelight stuff, Hollywood or not. Why and how are we seeing the same numbers all the time? Well, there's a reason, dumbass. And obviously if somebody's causing amplification to a specific frequency, why do you think you're getting all these knife crimes and people that always have the perfect allocated names, 27, 45 light knife, etc., etc., or the victim? Like, are you this? Like, come on, man. And this is why you know the world's fucked. With people like this, the world's fucked. Fucked. Totally fucked.
On the 99th day of Quentin Tarantino's age, the film runs 99 minutes. It's Tarantino's film. This is where he made his acting debut.
Magically applies because that's the number that's super effective.
He's also dead 99 days from the anniversary of the film debuting in U.S. theaters. It runs 99 minutes. For the record,
wow.
For the record, the United States.
See, I didn't even know that part as well. You see that? Let me hear that again. So for another 99, remember I came with a quick one that I don't think Zach says. He might have it now in his notes on the Gematria Effect.news if you go on the browser there. But yeah, we've got the 9 months, 9 days from his birthday. We've got 9 months, 9 days from Michael's birthday to his death. So from last year to this year. And then this year, March 27th, from Quentin Tarantino's birthday to his death, you got 99 days. Then you got 99 minutes with the movie. Then you got another 99 span with the release of the movie. I mean, come on, man.
Number that's super effective.
He's also dead 99 days from the anniversary of the film debuting in U.S. theaters. It runs 99 minutes. For the record, the United States of America.
Play a counter card right here, Vanta. That's the strategy to defeat him if you want to beat him in the first round. Like, dude, you're talking nonsense. We can talk about this all you want, but every time you come up here, you just...
How is it nonsense? Do you know how... Oh my God, these people are such trolls and weak trolls as well. I wish Zach added, as I said, there's a couple of tidbits that I always say, like I would just put in here, you know, with the Wax and Wane cycles and other stuff, as well as saying, you know, all the other stuff. Because it leaves no room, as I keep saying. So that means golden ratio is stupid, Fibonacci, mitosis in the room, cycles and patterns, flower of life. I mean, these people are the worst. And that's why I've got that thumbnail up. Yeah, you would have seen the thumbnail by now. Yeah, with CT. And I had to do a quick screenshot. You know, why are IQ tests to do with pattern recognition? So again, and we know that everybody can take, basically, for everybody to take, basically, you know, when it comes to tests, not everybody will take that test and pass a specific test. It doesn't mean that they're dumb. But my point is, you lot, with this most simple pattern recognition, to dismiss it purposefully, because I think you're doing it purposefully. You know he's talking sense. That's what makes it even worse. That's how we know you type of people, you are evil, demonic type beings in certain aspects of yourselves. Very off key. You're off key. Beyond belief. Wow. You're off key.
Just let me finish and then I'll be done here.
Wow.
I'm not even going to listen to you guys. I have the headphones off, so I can't hear you. Again, 99 days from the anniversary of the film coming out that runs 99 minutes. One more time, in Gematria, the United States of America equals 99. And it was named that on September 9th, shortly after the founding of the Illuminati on 99 date numerology, May 1st, 1776. Can you put it back up so I can just finish here?
Yeah, boy. All right, let's get to part 3. We got another 5 left after this. Oh, and before I begin, you should still, if not, let me know if you want to join the panel, have your say, chop it up, or you know, I'll let you do your thing, have your spiel for as long as you want. Whether you're a naysayer or you're all for it, you just found it, you're enthusiastic about it, and you don't know what going, or a different topic. You know, we can segue and come back around. It's all good. As I say, it's important to show this, but this ain't shit, as I say, you know what I mean? This happens all the time. It's just nice to see it as a good example when you've just got a batch of them together rather than where you get it here and there, you know what I mean? So to just see it like this is just, man, it's just everything what I've been saying and more. Oh my God. with certain type of perspectives and that, and the mentality of certain people, or a lot of the masses, basically. Zombieland variants, NPCs. Right. What one do we want again? Oh yeah. Is this ready? I think we're ready. Excuse me, I thought I was ready. Right, yeah, so part 3, and I'm gonna catch a clip or two of Ava that was on CT's panel yesterday and maybe the day before, if I'm not mistaken. I know sometimes he changes his live streams to members only, so again, if you don't catch it live, sometimes then you won't catch it again because you're not a member, or unless you're a member rather. And so I will check that. Hopefully it's still live, because there was a specific part that I caught yesterday and I said, oh my god, I mean, really? It was her and another guy, and probably about 4 or 5 of them, and it was like, really? I mean, give me a break. You lot are just absolutely ridiculous. I won't even say that you might not have some fair points, but overall, the bullshit that you lot spew is just, wow, it is just ridiculous. As I say, you lot are in the dumb cult. You may call us, we're in a cult. No, you're in the dumbass cult. Yeah? The dumbass, low watt thinking, vibrational, just nonsense. To say that none of this holds weight is absolutely ridiculously crazy. Wow. Absolutely ridiculous. Cuts one, shut the fuck up. Yeah? He didn't make the numbers, I didn't make the numbers, we didn't build this place or that place or do this thing, and from time, that links from another part in a specific part of time and all this type of stuff, or whatever the case may be concerning the topic. Yeah? We're just showing you clearly what is there to be seen. If you got your little hate campaign with Zach, for whatever the case may be, it doesn't mean that what the message is and what it entails is dumb and stupid, because clearly it checks out for the most part, 80-90%. Yeah, there's been some misses with whatever, not even talking with sports, with just whatever else, but overall, and even if it was overwhelming losses, sports and stuff in the news forecast, and we've only got a couple, only a buffoon would discard it and say it's nonsense, when clearly there might be other aspects of what we've been noting, that, other aspects that we might not know yet, to make it more concrete, so we can be more solid with the forecasting. And again, it's not all about forecasting and or sports results, for that matter. Yeah? So again, you lot, man, you lot are full of shit, mate. Absolutely full of shit. And as I say, I'm going to easily wipe the floor of you, as I already have been in today's transmission. And again, this is a pre-record because I can't pause and talk, on the StreamYard, because the player's got some ridiculous problems to just play a video normally, as I've stated a bazillion times. So anywho, again, this is on 1.5, the speed. Oops, hold up, it was. Let's put it back to that. 1.25, excuse me.
Going through the ritual. Can we put it back up on the screen?
Explain that to me right there. Stop. I don't want any more numbers or any explanation. Why are you allowed to change from 67 to 99 randomly without explaining that?
We're covering the ritual of
telling me all this 99 pattern. What in the 67 makes 99 a viable number? Because I see 67 and 86, not 99.
He's dead at 67. He's dead at 67. As a Jew who practices this, you should understand it. Dead at 67, and with regards to the 99, I know.
No 99 until you randomly pull it out your ass. So again, we get it. You defeated all the gym leaders, and you're showing us how good at it you are. But none of this makes sense to people who live in normalcy.
So
again, how is it not valid bringing in the 99? Again, I've already gone over it in part 2 or whatever it was. Again, Gimpy, dumbass, do you want to join the stream? I've already tagged, your fellow fool over there, the host of the show, Chaotic Dumbass Truth. Not that I need you lot over here. That's why many don't come over here, because, we don't play certain cards and my vibration ain't on a specific something. So that's why your FTFEs or your Simon Dan or even your Professor Dave or Neil deGrasse Tyson, they won't come over here. You think I ain't called them out before? And as I say, I'm holding off on Flat Earth because you had that in your poll yesterday as well, didn't you? Chaotic Truth CT. Yeah, you had that. Yeah, and I wrote some messages in there, didn't I? Because I know you would have saw that. with your ping pong ball looking eyes, looking like my man from X Factor, you know, when he makes his eyes pop out. Anywho,
Again, he's dead on the 99th day of Quentin Tarantino's age. You gotta let me finish the point.
Which Pokemon is that? Which Pokemon is number 99? Which Pokemon is that exactly?
Can I finish the point? He's dead on the 99th day of Quentin Tarantino's age. The film runs 99 minutes. It's Tarantino's film. This is where he made his acting debut.
Magically applies because that's the number that's super effective.
He's also dead 99 days from the anniversary of the film debuting in U.S. theaters. It runs 99 minutes. For the record, the United States of America.
Play a counter card right here, Vanta. That's the strategy to defeat him if you want to beat him in the first round. Like, dude, you're talking nonsense. We can talk about this all you want, but every time you come up here, you just show how.
Just let me finish, and then I'll be done here. I'm not even gonna listen to you guys. I have the headphones off, so I can't hear you. Again, 99 days from the anniversary of the film coming out that runs 99 minutes. One more time in Gematria, the United States of America equals 99. It was named that on September 9th, shortly after the founding of the Illuminati on 99 date numerology, May 1st, 1776. Can you put it back up so I can just finish here?
Brits. And the advert cut in, but Sweet Girl is on the screen, and I love what somebody said here. Where was that bit here? Oh, here it is. Yeah, Ruby has more intelligence than CT's entire panel. By far, I bet she smells better, and she is the most beautiful of them all. Cute kid, Zach. Big up you and the wifey. Shout out to you guys and girls, lasses and gents. All right, let's go.
Can you put it back up so I can just finish here? He's dead on a Thursday named after Jupiter, who's, connected to God. Taking life is connected to God. And Jupiter. He's dead on a Thursday named after Jupiter. Jupiter has the Gematria 99. A lot of 99 rituals on Thursdays we cover daily in sports, but these are the things we look for. It can also show up in the news. And for one other thing, from the premiere of the film at Sundance, which was January 21st in history, 33 years ago, but from that anniversary to today is 163 days later, the 38th prime. And notice, his character in the film, Mr. Blonde, is 38, just like murder, like killing, like death, like R.I.P., like how in Murder by Numbers, the movie poster, they code 38 in the title. Sandra Bullock's the star of that film. It came out 38 weeks after her birthday. The dead football player today, he's dead 38 days after the car crashed into the crowd for the Liverpool parade. There's a lot more to it. And again, just 33 years ago. A lot of patterns going back to 92. We just talked about LA having their first riots in 33 years, which were set off from the Rodney King beatings on 3-3. They just paid tribute in Idaho to Ruby Ridge, which happened 33 years ago. So 33-year-old film, Hollywood 33. Keep in mind he's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Masonry, Federal Secrecy Order, they're all 33. Again, Masonry is big in entertainment, in show business, in Hollywood. This whole Kabbalistic...
Exactly, Kabbalistic practice. Just to say the word magic, sorcerer or sorcerers is also 33. Again, like the word magic. And of course, the Hollywood, they stick... Oh my God, Merlin or something like that. The wood, the Hollywood. But it's all about casting spells. And then you've got these... And as I say, they have to be doing this on purpose. They all can't be that dumb and not realise. That's how you know, like, they are purposely being turbulent trolls. You know what I mean? I can usually spot them. There's no way that CT doesn't understand something. And there's no way that Gimpy, with his fedora hat on, who needs a clap in his head side, along with CT and all of them, metaphorically and physically, if anything, to be fair. Doc, yeah. And it's not on this one. Hold on, did I put it here? Oh yeah, no, it is there. It's right in my face. Yeah, so there's my comment right here, right? And I was just looking into it yesterday. Obviously, when this news broke with Michael Madsen, but look, his son self-deleted 2022, and it's got the classic 34s and 83s, right? So we know murder 83. If there was any foul play in there, but more interesting is if it is all organic. And there's more to it than what I wrote here concerning the SUICIDE word for self-deletion, which equates to 34, just like murder equals 34 and 83. And obviously it was a type of murder, but I'm not saying with the other part that it was from the you-know-who's, but who knows? It could have been. You got to pay your dues, and maybe Michael Madison, that might have been one of the reasons why he went down the path that you went in the last couple of years. You know what I mean? So who knows? I'm not a fly on the wall, but my point is, again, on the organic side, if it is that, the amount of 34s and whatnot that we come across when it comes to self-deletion stories that aren't from the limelight of Hollywood or anything like that, just like I was explaining about knife crime and other scenarios earlier in the other parts. So again, as Zach would say. Right, we'll get a few more minutes of this and then
Right, well, let me put this up for CT. Yeah, let me quickly put this up for CT. What are you saying? You remember this? Just a reminder. Do you remember that? What's on the screen? How is it bullshit? Happened in your neck of the woods. Don't know if you're in New York, but you know, it's your region, right? You're in the USA. What are you saying? There ain't nothing to that. What's on the screen? Hmm? I mean, come on, man. Give me 1 second here. So you had the New York City stabbing, Monday, 18th November 2024. Hispanic equals 137. Yeah, so the perp is a Hispanic male. And Hispanic equates to 137, right? 33rd prime, and you know they'll have a 33. But these people all the society, masonry, magic, circle. Talk about magic circle for another 33. And of course, all about sex magic. Sex equals 33 as well, right? Anywho, so Hispanic 137, 33rd prime is 137. Police, people, order, society, masonry, secrecy as well. Like magic circles, all 33. Yeah? Hispanic homeless man, age 51. This is the narrative that they're giving us. As I always say, I'm not saying I don't know. Do they sometimes put people in certain facilities and they're just already mad, or they have them in some MK Ultra facility, as I always say, with their eyelids peeled back and taped back, flashing shit on the screen. Then they let them integrate and going like they was homeless, but nobody noticed that he ain't even been there that long, or he's been there for so many months. And then 2-2, something triggers him off. His phone's got a specific ring and a picture when it rings, a specific tone. And then 2-2s, because they show you in movies, as I've said to you before, or the cartoon. What's that cartoon again? Was it the Court of Owls, Batman? Even in the black and white, Batman's people is the flipping Illuminati. If you find the black and white, was it the 33rd episode? Go figure. I think it was that as well. But if you watch the beginning of the cartoon, and there's an Amazon show as well, and they kind of show you this. I still haven't watched it, but I know some of it, what it's about. It's called Utopia. It was an English show, but then they brought it back in Amazon when C-19 was going on, 2020. And they're showing you how the rich and powerful are the ones behind a lot of shit and putting out viruses. And they're also behind letting out maniacs to do a madness and LA Akbar and just, some freaks. They don't even have to be an LA Akbar one, whatever, yeah? Just to keep you on edge. Remember, it's all about them bringing in, centralizing control. Yeah? They want to know how much how much you fart, for fuck's sake. When you fart. Yeah? Account for everything. The all-seeing eye, mark of the beast. That's the road it's going down. And then, obviously, they're doing a lot of cyber attacks right now. And as I say, cyber attacks as well as comboed with, so not just your normal hacking. So it could be your local whatever. Could be something to do with the housing. It could be something to do with your local, health care. Yeah? Or your local GP, the local doctors, not even the main hospitals. All these stories, as I already said to you, it could even be GTA game getting leaked. That was by Rockstar. That weren't somebody in my fucking neck of the woods in fucking London town. Oh yeah, I just was using my remote and it's got the internet on the TV, and then I just got my way in, because I swear that was part of the story I heard recently. I didn't know that bit when it first came out, but I saw something the other day. I was like, you saying he did it with the remote versus watching his TV, yeah? What, he got into their system? Give me a fucking break. And anybody that's into the game industry knows if anybody's tight-lipped, and I'm not saying you can't have some disgruntled worker or something like that, you know what I mean? Or just something, or something, bring your kid to work there or some shit, and the kid notes down and takes a picture of something he shares it on his fucking, Twitter feed or whatever, X or TikTok, Instagram or YouTube. What I'm saying is they're behind a lot of shit, and as I say, indirectly, even if they're not coming direct from the facility, so to speak, and they're let out on the street, as I say, they're still getting you indirectly but directly because of the environmental conditionings overall. So again, I didn't mean to be long-winded there, but it happens from time to time. So anyway, of course it can be a given because there is an organic side, but is it always that? And again, don't let it cloud your judgment, so to speak. But anywho, so Hispanic homeless man, age 51. Homeless equals 50. November 18th leaves 43 days of the year. Hispanic equals 43. Killing and knifing equals 43. It's 6 weeks and 2 days to the New York City Mayor's Eric Adams, January 1st. What is it? January must be his birthday, or when he got put into the position to be the mayor. The perp's name is Ramon Rivera, or Rivera, 62. Happens on a date with a numerology of 73, 11 and 18, 20 and 24, 73. Ramon Rivera, 73. Also, the day's life lesson was 37, 11 and 18, 2 and 0, 2 and 4, equals 37, knife man equals 37. Is that me just pulling numbers out of my backside, is it? That's like, what's happening here? Right, we'll get a few more minutes of this, and then we'll see. I'll look on his channel, Chaotic Truth Live. We'll check out his channel just to see if yesterday's stream or the one before is still available, which we'll probably will leave it like that, to be fair, because he likes to troll, like, you know what I mean. And the other thing I was going to say as well, obviously I'm not saying that you can't do devil's advocate, be antagonizing, give a little bit of pushback to somebody with whatever they're talking about, you know what I mean, what may concern them or whatever they care, or however it gets to whatever topic or whatever's going on, you know what I mean, and make the show a bit argy-bargy, a bit bickery, you know what I mean, panels going off, you know what I mean. But there does come a time when you got to say, okay, do you know what, clearly this person's not talking shit. From plane crashes, I mean, you see if you're listening, yeah. And as I say, if you go through my resume, I mean, it's just an onslaught, infinite body bag for all of you. And I'm in the UK. The tentacles will reach across the shores. Give you a quick Uncle Reggie Supreme Shakti slap across your head side. Make you upgrade one time. You get me? And have a better thought process and not be a purposeful turbulence troll.
Hollywood 33. Keep in mind he's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Masonry, Federal Secrecy Order. They're all 33. Again, Masonry is big in entertainment.
Look at him shaking his head left to right. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. How are you shaking your head left to right? These people are something else. And as well, a lot of the times when Zach goes to talk, when it's not even as argy-bargy as this, but then you'll see on CT's face, and if there's other panel up there as well, you see them put on that boring and huff and puff type of look, purposefully, even though more than likely they know what he's saying and why he's saying it. even if you might not be breaking down some of the other aspects, as I will always, with train of thought, will say with the Wax Wane cycles and the polarization of people and all that other jazz. You know what I mean? Which leaves no stone, no stone unturned. Would he be brave enough to play all of this stream in his stream? Chaotic Truth. Would he be brave to do that? I highly doubt it.
Film Hollywood 33. Keep in mind he's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Masonry, Federal, Secrecy, Order. They're all 33. Again, Masonry is big in entertainment, in show business, in Hollywood. This whole Kabbalistic code of letters and numbers is in Kabbalah, which Masonry is based in. I don't know who can't follow this. I told CT at the beginning of the year to look for the 97-25 pattern, which, again, plane crash equals 97. There's been a ton of those in 25. Fire equals 25. LA caught on fire on the 97th day of the mayor.
There's been another big fire just the other day. Where was it? Not Spain. I can't remember where it was now. There was a new fire that broke out somewhere. I can't remember where it was. I saw it in the news yesterday, the day before. And again, the 25th prime is 79. If he was too slow, to catch why he said the connection with that, because I know he didn't say the prime bit.
Age. Now you have Michael Madsen dead, who's born on the 25th of September, the day leaving 97 days left in the year, 97, the 25th prime.
Come on, man, just let him go. Just let him go. Come on, Zach. Just go ahead.
You see that? Yeah? Just let him go. And then as we already showed how he was talking about, oh boy, he's got mental issues and blah, blah, blah. But one minute he will say that, but then on the other bit he'll be like, wow. Just slight with a slight wow, with maybe a story that Zach may break down, but he won't fully be, show to the rest of the cult that he's got over there that really he knows what he's talking about, and he's actually more than toes deep. You know what I mean? He's balls deep. He knows what Zach's talking about. Yeah, and the fact that he's frat fraternity. Well, do you know what? I'm gonna hold off saying that. Yeah, because we know what they deal with. The fraternities when you get to specific levels of knowing stuff. But one thing I'd like to ask you, did you had to do the paddling stuff? Did they paddle your ass? Did you get the whooping on your backside? Did you have to share the raw egg in your mouth and pass it to somebody else, another male? Because the sorority for girls, and then you got the ones for boys. Did you have to do some funky stuff with the man then? CT. That's why I put you on that thumbnail. I said, watch him. You're championing all that frat stuff. And they're all about, the prosperity and upkeep of their own shit and cause turbulence elsewhere. That's what they're on. That's why he's got the perfect name show. And then it's perfect that he's even aligned up with the fraternity type stuff. So again, was you passing eggs from mouth to mouth? Doing some fruity stuff so you can get in line like somebody that goes to like in the army or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? Reprogramming your brain, being a part of something. Whoa, ooh, it's cool to be a part of something. Oh, let me Omega Phi Psi Pi Phi Sigma Pi. Let's get in with the Black Greek fraternities. And then you're going to have this creep over here. You're all creeps. You're all sellouts to humanity. But as I say, everything is everything. And at the end of the day, nature's everything in it. So, as I always say quickly, it's good that they're there because these type of agents and sentinels, when they come into the fold, they remind you of what you are. You know what I mean? Why, what, and who. You know what I mean? Why, what, and who. Yeah? And then it shows why, what, and who they are. Yeah, so do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Diametrically opposed.
As I say, while the world goes to shit, crumbles. Hopefully next week, Monday, they don't do a power cut next week, Monday. If they do, I mean, even if it's not in America, you know what I mean? Might do it elsewhere.
Hold on, I can't hear you because I don't have headphones on.
Okay.
No, seriously, CT, what is your rebuttal? Can we just play the first 15 seconds of my video this morning talking about 67 and celebrity death before the Michael Madsen?
Look at him. Oh, don't want to do
have
it.
a rebuttal, Zach.
Look.
Can we just play the opening sequence? And I want anyone to think about how can a man say that this morning and then Michael Madsen's dead at 67 an hour later? Can we play it? Can we just play it real quick? Just 20, 30 seconds of this morning's video, which I asked you to watch.
Can you just share it and
Well, if you just share the screen, it's right there, ready to go. I'll play it. We'll be done in no time.
You know,
Right here.
like it's so painstaking. All right, another advert cut in, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this one 2 minutes short, and then I'll see if we can get the Ava clip, and we'll clip a few minutes, 10 minutes or whatever of that, and yeah, catch you on the next part. If there's a next part, because it might be members only. but yeah, but what I was supposed to say was, of course, go on Number Games with Zachary K. Hubbard, because his clip, obviously that's where I'm playing it from, so obviously if you want to watch it, you know, in its fullness and other bits that I'm not showing over here, and of course catch bits from Chaotic Truth's channel, because he does lengthy streams, you know, 8 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours, so, you know, anywho, hold on, let's catch on a rebound. Right, we'll get a few.
Yeah, you know where that's getting served over to. So hold that, you and your panel, yeah? Slappity slap. Right. So I'm part 5 now. Was it part 5? Yeah.
Alright, so here's the clown's channel. You can see there that he's got
it's actually all unlocked today.
He must have changed it, because usually this is always members only. He must have changed it. Alright, so where's so no, these are the ones right here, right? I think I want part 2, so I'm going to quickly scan, have you guys on pause. Of course you won't notice the difference, so let me get to that right now. And just quickly, just so you can see this, right? Liberal redhead mops the floor with numerology quack again. Okay, this is the part 2. We might look up part 1 as well, but there was a specific clip though from yesterday, I think it was, yeah, 20 hours ago the stream was, and I said these people, and that's the main bit I want to just call out quickly. Again, and let me just say this as well, I didn't mean to say again just then, but otra vez. Anywho, see, people like this, it's called apophenia. Zach has that. Please go through my videos, streams, entries. Please show me how what I've got is apophenia. Please show me how. How is it apophenia? These people love to put a title. Oh, he's just mental, or he's just crazy, or you need medication. Oh, anything that doesn't fit in their, you know, box, if you may. You know. And this person, I think he's going slightly out of context, or somewhat out of context. You know, Zach might go into some rants here and there, but overall, obviously, he's going to be annoyed when it comes to a specific type of whatever the case may be. Most people have that. Oh man, fuck them, those type of people. Need to get rid of those type of people. Just like Zombieland variants and NPCs, along with the Jesuit order, or whatever name, whatever conspiratorial scumbags that have infiltrated industry, yeah, from the church, government, media, news, etc. Yeah. To be fair, the world would be much nicer, greater. Not saying there's not going to be trials and tribulations, but I'm sure all the madnesses that's going on, it's going to be dialed down a few notches in comparison to, you know, the notches and how they've amplified a specific frequency. So people are more dumber and dumber and dumberer. The idiocracy is clearly playing out. Can't see simple patterns. Them times life and nature only consists of patterns and signs and signs in nature, so to speak. You know what I mean? Symbolism, the signature. Again, cymatics and all that type of stuff. But anyway, point is, cut him a bit of slack sometimes, mate. Or if not, 3/4 of the way, like fucking hell. I'm not gonna lie, I get annoyed when I keep hearing, "Oh, Jesus is returning. Oh, Jesus is coming. Oh, he's coming. He's coming. He's coming." That shit annoys the fuck out of me. What are you saying? You're waiting for Santa to come down the chimney? Or for the cult of Globlins that believe we're on a spinning ball hurtling through the earth. As much as I may cuss Zach, obviously, when it concerning the Globlin stuff, when I hear him say something stupid about, "Oh yes, flat earthers should be in a wood chipper," these times I can still ask him, just like I can ask any of you Globlins, can you prove to me, even though it should be self-evident, because we should see parallax with the stars, we should see different stars 6 months if we're orbiting around the sun. But again, can you prove to me, even though it should be self-evident, prove to yourself, prove to the world, prove to me that all those motions are taking place concerning the heliocentric model that came from the you-know-who's to dumb down the people. Because as I say, to basically to help them, as in rubbing the genie, right, so they can bring into fruition what they want through you and through other means, right, so they can bring whatever satanic dystopian type of world forth and all of that stuff, right. Then obviously they have to change where you like, basically in your mind they have to mess up your orientation, basically. Yeah. So if you can give away your senses that easily, that's why I always say, of course they're going to get you with C19 in 2020. Of course they're going to get you with COVID. I just said COVID, C19. Of course they're going to get you with 9/11. Of course they're going to get you with scripted terror attacks. Of course they're going to get you with Hamas versus Israel, or this one, that one. You know what I mean? Even though, as I broke down already, most of these type of stuff is all by them. They play off both sides. They're infiltrated all sides. But my point is, as it stands, yeah? Are we spinning 1,000 miles an hour on the axis? Or is it the sky that's spinning? 2, are we orbiting the sun at 66.6 thousand miles an hour? And that's an elliptical orbit, I might add, which speeds up and slows down as it allegedly goes around the sun. And it's about 2,500 miles an hour, allegedly. Saying you wouldn't feel that? Not to mention centrifugal force. You know what that is, right? If I put your ass on a merry-go-round and make it go extra fast, or put a motorbike wheel on it, rev it up, what's going to happen to you on the merry-go-round, the children's merry-go-round, like when you get in the park? What's going to happen to you? Now, you're doing all of that whilst corkscrewing, chasing the sun's gravity pull, as the sun's allegedly going 550,000 miles an hour. Now, I'm quickly saying this because yesterday in his poll, he had what did he say? Something about, I'm gonna have to check my screenshots. Hold up here, hold up. Oh, my bad, I have not got a screenshot from yesterday's stream via Chaotic Truth Live. But yeah, so again, chasing the sun, going 550,000 miles an hour, corkscrewing, chasing the sun. At what part, when the sun merely just passes over you, because it's all perspective, there's no sunrise and sunset, yeah, the sun comes over, goes by, what part do you feel like you're rolling back, spinning off to the side while you're rolling in 4 or 5 different flipping directions? Make it make sense now. Not to mention that also the corkscrewing with the heliocentric model, following, chasing the sun, 550,000 miles an hour was added in the early 2000s. When I was going to school, we weren't taught that. So again, you mean to tell me with all that going to space, looking in space, slingshotting around the moon, moon landing, all that's bullshit, of course, moon landing. But my point is, looking in space, etc. You didn't know that we was corkscrewing, chasing the sun? You like what? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And lastly, because I've got a minute and a half, and it's gonna have to be part 6. And I'll find the clip before I even start, and then it would be straight away. But what I was gonna say was, again, they say the sun's 93 million miles away. Really, the sun's so big and you're so small. These times the sun is actually small, the same size as the moon, just there, not that far away. You know, probably, I don't know, 5,000 miles or some shit, I don't know. You know, you can probably do triangulate it with the, what's the name of those? You know, you can see the light shards coming through the clouds. You could do the triangulation. There's a word though, I'm forgetting right now. But anyway, my point is, 93rd day of the year. When did they say that Jesus was crucified? April 3rd, the 93rd day of the year. April 3rd, I'm sure Christ equals 43, like 4/3. Crucified between the hours of 9 and 3. And crucifix equals 93. God's Son 93. Propaganda 93. But my point is, it's easy to see how they're casting spells. And as I say, the merger from the church, charlatans, to the government and all that type of stuff. So as I say, feel free if you want to give away your senses. You ain't catching me with that bullshit.
Right, jumping straight into part 6. Bear with me here.
Right, I haven't found the exact clip that I want yet, but you know, we'll have this on for a few minutes. Let me make sure that this is sped up. I've got it on the better quality, even though I'm recording at 420. Oh my god, this out of the way. Fantastic.
Hey,
Let me do it at 1 point. Right, so yeah, we just catch, you know, just so you can, you know, hear what they're saying. Right.
Yeah. And they always looking for a better way to do it, right? They're always looking for that trick, that guy, the inside guy that knows that so and so's toe is broken and he can't play. Always looking for that thing. They always are, man. They can't help themselves. It's just who they are. It's just who they are, bro. I mean,
they're not.
I'm not even throwing shade at you. I'm just saying this way it is.
Trolling, Zach, is when you intentionally
when you
lie about people to try and trigger them. They're literally just posting clips of you getting stuff wrong.
It's a handsome dude down there in the corner.
You getting stuff wrong.
Okay, Ava,
you're minimizing them.
Hold on. So Super Bowl.
Sansom Hat'll give you that.
Season future for the Chiefs to 3-peat. 2 weeks before.
You have to be somewhat insane anyway to sit up here and even discuss sports with a 23-year-old girl in the first place. Football.
No shit, man.
22-year-old girl is like football.
Well, so
Go ahead.
There's a point, EOD, where I get a little spicy, right? And I literally, you know, and you'll see that I literally ask him, you know, how do I, you know, who do I have to pay, you know, and I kind of made fun of him because he's like, well, it's sports, it's a global cabal that controls all sports.
It's the Jays, bro. It's the fucking Jays.
No, it's the Jesuits. The Jesuits. Bro.
Yeah.
Jesuits. But by the way, I looked into this. You know, the only real leverage the Jesuits have in the world today is they teach kids in like Montessori schools and shit.
Yeah.
Like that, their biggest thing is just in education. Like they got no power, bro.
What a fucking cabal, right?
Yeah, for a global cabal, they suck, right? And they're poor.
So they're not pulling the.
Oh man, this guy's chatting some shit. You know this guy's chatting some shit, yeah? Fuck, you know. So you're saying none of the sports games are originally Freemasonic? Baseball, football, etc. What are you saying? None of them, nah? And they've got no stronghold, like, you know, got the game in the headlock, so to speak. And to the none the wiser, they have no idea that the games are worked, rigged, and scripted. Yeah? And how they even treat some of their players when they kill them off I mean, give me a break. These people, man. It's oh my god. Sick to watch this.
And
man,
of course,
it's just
government.
like, this is what we're up against. Do you know what I mean? The world is going to shit. Easily in our faces. Branded. Hallmarks everywhere. Who's doing it? And you've got these buffoons. Look at them. Let's look at them. Look at them. Unbelievable.
Strings of life. Oh wow.
No.
Right.
None anyway. None anyway.
No shit. I didn't know that. There we go.
Before the game was played, I told my whole community they had to hedge with the Eagles because we understand the numbers. In Gematria, Eagles equals 22, and we knew the
Why
Chiefs-
is your community not
Hold
wealthy
on.
enough to be donating to you more if they're doing?
Hold on.
They're getting so many wins. If all of your predictions are
That is a really good question. Why is Zach's community that are using Gematria that they are able to use these numbers for gambling? Why aren't they all rich? That is a really good
If you
question.
really had the power of Gematria,
Yeah.
would you ever tell anybody?
No.
Would you go out on
You could literally
the
look at these
internet and
patterns,
proselytize about it? Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
and you could figure that shit out, and you could walk into a casino.
Yeah, but remember, bozos, what is the whole point of the message? What is the whole point of the message? Do you not know what the actual point of the message is? What is the point of the message? Because I'm not even going to say it because you should actually know.
And turn $5 into $500,000 in an afternoon. Would you tell anybody?
I wouldn't tell anybody if so. No.
Fuck, no, you wouldn't. No. You sure ain't selling that shit for $10 a month.
No, not at all.
If you
Not
could
at all.
really do that shit, you would literally be like, you wouldn't be talking to guys for $10 a month. You'd be calling Jordan up and being going, hey, bro.
Yeah. I wouldn't
You'd be calling
I
Elon Musk up and saying, "Hey, bro, I got your number right here. I got you. I got all your debts covered."
And let's make some money, bro. Prompt me
Yeah.
100 G's, bro, and we'll make some money.
I wouldn't be
Right?
online trying to convince a 23-year-old redhead about Gematria.
I had a going on as if to say like Elon Musk doesn't know about Gematria. I'm sure there's a saying that goes, what is it? Oh my god, I can't remember it now. Something about millionaires and billionaires. Oh, I can't remember what it is, man. But as I say, these buffoons think that the system isn't rigged, or just because you got one forecast and you've missed so many others that it just means that this whole thing's garbage now. There's nothing to it. On the organic side, there's nothing to it. The Gematria stuff in the numerology, there's nothing to it on this, with the scripted stuff and what may or may not come if we forecast. Man, I'm telling you, if Monday, listen, I swear, if there's a cyber attack, power cut on Monday, yeah, oh my god.
Right.
I wouldn't care.
There's no fucking way.
And again, that's for 7/7, yeah, 2025. If you haven't watched my video already for it, go figure.
And turn that shit loose.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Quick.
And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't mean that, oh my god, he's just full of apatheia. Am I the one making the TV shows and the this thing and the that thing? For me to say, along with the preponderance of evidence beforehand, for me to even to get to that, to say what I'm saying. I mean, give me a break.
so right, Zach. Why are they not so wealthy that they'd be able to donate to you, Mark? Why are your super chats not blowing up? Why are they not paying you returns and dividends if you're giving this such amazing advice?
I do well, Ava. So what you're saying is not.
I've been in your live chats. You don't
Hold
get
on,
very
can I
many
make
super
the
chats
point,
at all.
though?
You get like
Ava,
$5.99
Ava,
from that Daniel
I'm
guy. That's
educating
it.
about how sports are rigged and redundant patterns are used. Eagles equals 22. We knew the Chiefs could get their 22nd all-time postseason loss.
Eagles
How many
equal
wins did the Chiefs
22,
lose in the
man.
Super Bowl?
The Eagles equal 22. I'm
Yeah,
just making this shit up.
he's literally making shit
Really
up out of his
talking
ass.
But you see, shit like, I mean, these people are so dumb, and as I've been saying, they are purposely dumb. Yeah, purposely dumb, especially CT, because I know he knows. I'm not sure about the chap in the middle yet, and I'm not sure about the world. You know what? The guy laughing on the end, I think is just a dunce breed Turbulence-Troll in that sense. The guy in the middle, I reckon, as I say, if he had some other angles, if Zach wasn't just, I'm still saying what he's saying, as I was saying earlier, but if he added some additional bits like how I always usually do, as I've already explained somewhat in the parts today, I think it would aid the cause a bit more.
Yeah.
I have to be honest. I've never seen someone that could so easily pull shit right out of their ass.
No shit, man.
Like it's just so. And he just starts on these like long ass rambling chains, right? Like that are just disconnected from fucking reality. I think what he has to hear a computer system where he put while we're doing this.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why Zach needs to nice them up. If he goes back on there, or if I happen to go on there, and the reason why I've been reluctant to go on there because I mean that type of low vibration, weak Jedi mind tricks. I mean I can't really deal with. That's all long because I'm just gonna bad you up. I don't care if it's your show or not. Obviously you could just kick me off, but you know I'm not going to play that type of foolishness. And as I say, the stance that I come with those additionals, especially on the organic side, just going away from the limelight, of noting these patterns. You know what I mean? Again, the knife crime stuff, as I was mentioning before, for example, you know, I mean, I've done thousands of entries, mate, so I think I know what I'm talking about to a degree. And as I say, only a fool would be like, oh, golden ratio stupid, Fibonacci is stupid, mitosis in the room stupid, and all the other bits that I say with that. Cymatics is stupid. Oh my god, these people are just, come on, man. And this is what we're up against, people. That's why the world's fucked.
He's like typing in like, yeah, you know, whatever name, and it draws all these fucking lines for him.
So how about, hold on, I've got a minute here. So how about you had Anthony Johnson, American guy that played for the Steelers. I think he's an English hockey, Sheffield Steelers. Not sure if it was America, but he died on October 28th in the 35th minute of the game with some crazy situation when the guy purposely, the other opponent on the hockey ice rink, had his foot up and it cut the guy's neck in the 38th minute of the game. And the word throat equals 35. So in the 35th minute of the game, his throat gets cut, dies. Throat equals 35, and it's on October 28th. Throat equals 35 and 28. Not to mention it was 17 weeks and 3 days from Anthony Johnson's birthday, and Anthony Johnson equals 173, like 17 weeks and 3 days. I mean, give me a break. Oh, we're just pulling random numbers out of our backside.
Right, last part to play. Yeah, forgive the doubled up talking. It's because where I prepped the video earlier, of course, and then it was still slightly in my mind. But then when I came on live, I was just saying some stuff, which is basically the same stuff I always say, but I didn't mean to overly double it up and quadruple it up. But as I say, there's a lot of hard heads out there, so you have to repeat stuff. Even when you're learning stuff, just, you know, you're not actually being a hard head, but, you know, you're trying to learn something or something new. So it's best that it's repetitive, right? That's what learning is.
To another part here. I think we're on part 7, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm not going to bother to look for the part when he was explaining, which I explained in the earlier parts, basically when Zach was talking about 9/11 and you had all these people butting in, because, you know, we can give those type of examples, as I already did concerning Michael Madsen and his death and the Reservoir Dog stuff, and, you know, the BS that was coming in from you know, Gimpy and whatnot. So yeah, but we'll still watch some of this just to see what was going on. I thought I'd just play it from here, and we'll play it for, you know, a few minutes just to see where it goes, and then I'll decide if I have to, you know, pause the recording and then skip to another bit or whatever. But we'll just catch this bit and see how it goes. Because I didn't watch this bit live, yeah. I didn't see this bit live, or I didn't, you know, scroll back on the scrub to you know, find that bit and watch it while it was live streaming or whatever, or on reruns.
Get the likes up, guys. All right, guys, get the likes up. All right, let me go
After
to the
the
video with
stream.
Ava. Here we go. Here goes Ava.
I'm not going to say I'm anointed by God, but by far, number one, all time at this day and age of truth telling and exposing what's actually going on.
Yeah, we saw it in real time. Bill Moyers, longtime TV correspondent. He's worked for federal government. He used to be the head of the CFR. Lived a long life and died yesterday. June 26th, the day leaving 188 days left in the year. And his birthday, Billy Don Moyers, 188. What a day for Billy Don Moyers to die. And the other thing is he's from Oklahoma, who just won the basketball championship. That's right. Oklahoma City. They just defeated the Pacers. Pacers only scored 91 in Game 7. And now Bill Moyers dead.
That wasn't me. I just want to point that out. That wasn't me snoring. Neither did I use a soundboard. That was Ava. Ava did an incredible job at putting this together. You know, she's 23. She's a young girl in her prime. She has a very, very interesting mind, because a lot of people her age, and we see this with Zach, they have fallen susceptible to this number magic thing that he does. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. And so with her being young enough to figure it out, I think that says something about her being a special young girl, special young lady. Here we go.
91, the Oklahoma native. What's also interesting is we talked about before the NBA season began why the most likely teams to win the championship out of the West would be the Thunder, who used to be the Seattle Sonics.
Just quickly, I'm just reading this comment. I've seen a lot of Zach's videos, especially in the past. Don't watch them as hardcore and religiously as I used to in recent times, in the past few years. But I definitely do still tune in. But yeah, since discovering the work, October 2016, I've never personally heard him say Jesus was a PDF file. I've never heard him say that. I've never heard him say that. I don't know if you can find a clip so you can, verify it, or send me a link or something. Maybe he spoke. Maybe he was talking about Allah or something, and he just, or he might be talking about Jesus. But then I don't know. Sometimes he might have got his wires crossed when he was talking and misspoke, because that can happen when people are speaking. When you're talking and getting out of point or whatever you're saying. So that might be the case, because it's pretty well known about the whole Prophet Muhammad situation. Yeah, obviously I know I mentioned Allah, but yeah, the Prophet Muhammad situation and the 9-year-old. Anywho,
championship in 79. This was the 79th NBA season. So it was 46 years.
Sorry ass bitch. I hate a sorry ass motherfucker like this. You guys don't know how I am. I want to kill this motherfucker. Fuck this sorry ass motherfucker right here.
I hate fucking Christians. I fucking do, man. They're all fucking scumbags. All of them. They're fucking retarded. They're fucking scumbags. I'm fucking sick of religious people. Wipe them off the fucking face of the earth.
At the rate things are going, we'll be.
Wow, I didn't even know Zach even had these types of videos. Yikes. Damn, Zach has said that? Where did they even get these videos from? I never heard Zach talk like that. Wow. Zach talks like that? F the Christians. He must have been pissed off that day. Here we go.
Broke here before.
Exactly what I was explaining earlier. He's not saying that, even though it sounded initially that he's a whole group of people. No, he's on about a specific type of aspect within certain individuals. Yeah, not everyone.
So I'm not trying to turn you guys into gamblers, but the knowledge pays for itself. There's a lot of people who make
not all Christians, or whatever the case may be.
$5 a month and make thousands of dollars every month off the sport.
Like, to me, it just blows me away that people use their hard-earned money on this.
The 30,000, I'm telling you guys, it's going to happen overnight. We're going to have the building. We're going to have people hired. It's going to make a huge difference. We can do a lot with 30,000 a month, but I am saying we hit 30,000, things will happen. Things will happen, and they'll happen fast, and you'll see it. I'm transparent.
And I made a video and then just no follow-up. It just blows my mind how people, this information just doesn't...
I mean, do I need to touch on that point? Hey, if you know, you know, look into it, but I'm not going to be like I'm some hater now and he's full of shit and the message is dumb because I got a sports pit wrong, or he hasn't got the he hasn't bought a building, and I'm noting, he's got all these patrons and he gets this much money and blah blah blah. Like, come on, man, really? And that's the point. That's very annoying. That's the part of it, and the point for me that's very annoying, because it's like, okay, not saying you can't call somebody out, and that's why you've got people that still have brains, obviously, like Simple Truth TV. You might call Zach out on some other certain aspects, but then he knows that what the main message and core of the importance of this knowledge is, or where we're coming from anyway. So we can get the betterment of this realm and earth back, and not this crazy, distorted, amplified nature that we're living out, that we're currently in.
So What I'm showing you now is the intro of Ava's video. She did a great job at preparing. And if she's still listening, Ava, you did a great job at preparing. You gathered the data, the information, the videos. Great damn job, to be completely honest with you. This is great. Because I didn't even know Zach was like this, to be completely honest with you. F the Christians. Dude, you live in a nation where, 70% of the population is, probably even more, are Christian. F the Christians. You wish you could wipe them up?
Again, that's not how he meant it. All right? Even though he might say, I wish I could put all flat earthers in a wood chipper, he probably means that. Even though, as I already said, I might cuss off Globlins or Zach, but I'm on about certain aspects. You know what I mean? People are people. You're not supposed to get on with everybody. You know, life is life. You know what I'm saying? But as I say, I'm not gonna lie. As I was saying before, it would be nice to either partition off, so those like myself on this frequency band can just live and get on with stuff without all the shenanigans and conspiratorial bullshit, and or rid of the Zombieland variants and the NPCs and those that aid the turbulence to continue. Like yourself, CT. Can you fuck off? Is that possible? You know what I mean? Jump in the wood chipper. See ya. Toodaloo.
The face of the earth, Zach? That's what you said? Zach, you got a lot of explaining to do, buddy. All right, here we go.
Not really.
Not really. Everybody is like, I don't know. You've got to be under a spell. I don't know how else to explain it.
And for all the people who think that's wrong, again, it's because you're under mind control. So,
Bob with the $20 cash app. Positivity's definitely coming your way, Bob. Thank you so much.
And be sure to be reading that or pause it, because these are bits that I didn't say about, the final experiment stuff. All right, so be sure to read that.
Much, man. Guys, give Bob a big thumbs up, $ emoji. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Thank you so much, Bob. Positivity's definitely coming your way, man. Really appreciate that. Cash app. Oh.
Hold up here. Shoot, I should have paused the video, my bad.
What? Hold up, did I accidentally move it? Should be one more left. Hold up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, should be 8. Yeah, that's crazy. What happened to it? Alright, let me forget that. Give me 1 second, let me quickly upload this thing. Oh man, this row is horrible. Give me 1 moment. Now if you're watching on the replay, forward. God, this scrolling, this is just so horrible. Okay, got there in the end. Add video clip. It's only small, quick 20 megabytes, so we'll do it in about 20 seconds. Yeah, 8. How is there not 8? Alright, let me delete that one because I already played it. Get out of it. Said I've run out of space. Delete. And put this one up. Thank you very much. process, boy. Oh, long. It's not too bad though. It's not really breaking up the flow. But anywho, right, we're good. Sexy. Right, it's uploaded. Give me a second. Let me quickly go because the signal's so much better just there. If I'd have stayed where I was, that 20 megabyte would be like I'm loading up a flipping 3D Blu-ray to rot it. Kind of like his 20 gigs or 5. See, this is the spot right here. Right, processing. I'll be done in about 10 seconds. Again, sorry for the repeating. As I said, I did come on live and it was still fresh in my mind, so I was saying the same stuff I say anyway, but you know, as I say, it was doubled up, tripled, quadrupled up today, so forgive me for that. As I already have said about 10 minutes ago, but I just wanted to say it again now. Come on, process, mate. It's only 20, 30 megabytes. Is it going to happen this lifetime? Is that possible? Sorry about this to my viewers. Of course, again, if you're watching it on the replay, you can. Oh, it's ready now. Fantastic. All right, on to the next part, and I'll make this the last bit.
What we were talking about earlier about what's going on in the UK with Islam. You're welcome.
Yeah, I agree. All right, guys, let's play the rest of it. Well, not the rest, but
I basically had some like close relationship with someone from the community, and then like they started like being hella faulty towards me, and then I still put up with it for hella long, and I didn't go against them until one day Quackery comes out and he like threatens me to everyone and tells everyone to like start harassing me and threatening me, and then after that I was like, all right, fuck you, it's on. But that's what it was. He basically came out one day. He's like, these trolls need to go into wood chipper. They need cement shoes.
you know, is Cut a real life character, Hafiz, Grid, Savage? I'm not gonna lie to you. If I started a sitcom, I would have a character like Cuts in that, because Cuts is really animated. Yeah, he's very watchable. He could talk to me. Cuts could talk about goddamn folding a piece of paper, and it's just that's interesting.
Do you think that's Zach's brother in disguise?
Could.
Clearly he's trolling. I mean, anyway.
Could be Zach. Is that your brother in disguise? Cut.
Well, that's childhood trauma and long use of drugs.
What's up, Zach?
Just confronting all the bullshit. Nice hate session. Has one thing been?
I'm advertising for you.
Has one thing been said that was true? Again, you got this girl on who's watching troll videos and then says, I still don't know what the point of the numbers and letters is. Well, she didn't even investigate the first page of either of my books, because it said right there. It's also said in pretty much every video I made. So obviously didn't do any research other than coming from a hater angle. We can just go piece by piece. You don't think I face any censorship?
Is that girl getting your scam?
I mean, obviously. Do this in real time. Why don't you go to my channel right now and play my last 2 videos I uploaded this morning and tell me if there's any...
Right, let me pause and skip this little bit here. Basically, on some of his last videos, there's been no sound. So we're thinking, is YouTube, taking the piss with him or something like that. But then he gets sound if he goes to the video and basically if he goes to a different device or his phone, whatever. There's sound, but then other devices, you're not getting sound. I didn't have sound on one video last night. I can't remember if I left a message to say no audio, but there was tons of comments saying that in there.
Upload it.
Yeah, he could just upload it. Guys, get the likes up. Please go over to Sports Gematria. You can play it on your phone, Zach. Go ahead.
So again, both of these videos were uploaded today. One's about why Trump got the $16 million settlement from 60 Minutes going along with the 60th election. It was exactly 281 days from the anniversary of the first episode of 60 Minutes, which is the 60th prime number. In Gematria, Donald Trump equals 60. We told everybody 4 years in advance why Trump would be reinstalled in the 60th election. July 14th, 2022, the day his ex-wife died falling down the stairs. I pointed out how she died exactly 60 weeks into the first ever Jesuit Nation year. That was the third story to break that day about Trump. The first was that he'd be running in the 60th election. The second was conservatives against Trump, saying that he wasn't fit for office because of all of his legal problems based on 60 legal cases. Go back and look at the whole thing with Alvin Bragg and the indictments. They were all 60 rituals. In Gematria, Alvin Bragg equals 60, like Donald Trump, like indictment, etc., etc. Today, the Diddy trial. Not guilty. I just told you to be not guilty last week on your show.
Yeah, but he was found guilty
last Friday.
So
He was. There were 2 counts he was filmed.
2 counts. He was found
Not for the main things. Just
Yeah.
petty stuff. He's guilty of prostitution, which in Gematria equals 61. Today is the 61st anniversary of what?
Long shot beats. Thank you for the cash app, buddy, for the
You don't know what important thing happened today 61 years ago? Lyndon Johnson signed it into existence. What was it, CT? The Civil Rights Act, exactly. When I talk here, I'm talking to people who don't know anything about anything. Ava doesn't know.
How does that tie into anything? Like, you're just finding random numbers and random dates and then inserting the significance on it. And also, I would also like to say, I'm not a hater. Hold on. Can I say I'm not a hater of you, Zach? I barely even know. But this is what you do. Hold on. Let me talk. You just have been on here. This is what you do, Zach, is that you ascribe to every single person that disagrees with you. They're just a hater and they're just a troll. Like Sports Gematria, they're not a troll. They're somebody who is exposing.
You referred to it in their video as a troll channel online.
They just expose the things that you get wrong. It's not.
Can you put a blur effect, please, here and mute her for a second?
Why does she need a blur effect, Zach? I think
look at her
Ava's a very.
face.
He only likes Asian women.
Zach,
That's why.
take off the hat, brother.
Ava's a very attractive young lady, Zach. She's a ginger too.
Maybe to Jay Prince.
I see. Here's another thing that Zach does is that he does these ad hominem attacks. He goes for people for not their actual arguments. He doesn't respond to any of the substance of what I'm saying, and instead just attacks my looks because you have nothing.
No, I don't. Yeah, well, I'll quickly say this. That's not exactly true, to be fair. I wouldn't say that's true. I'll say that's true right now or after somebody's been, antagonized. Now, I'm not saying from you per se, Ava. I'm just saying in general. And then plus coming in that atmosphere on this day, on that type of panel. You know what I mean? Maybe if it was on a different channel or his channel, except, you know what I mean, or whatever. Obviously would have more control because he would have just muted you. But my point is, that's why he's being a bit more snappy and frustrated, because he's dealing with sniggers, laughing, people pretending to go to sleep, people not seeing the most obvious patterns, and they will just come with the most nonsense. Oh yeah, just pulling numbers out your ass. My name's Gimpy. What's that 99? He was talking about 67 just now. You're an idiot. Blah, blah, blah. These times it clearly correlated. Clearly. For the bazillionth time over, you know what I mean? Just like myself, how many entries have I shown from over here in the UK doing worldwide news? But obviously, I'm covering stuff in the UK again, as well as worldwide, or certain stuff that I may pick up on and dial it in the calculator and see what's up. If there's anything to see, if there's nothing, there's nothing. We're not here just trying to attract or make anything up, apophenia and all that type of stuff.
Thing to say for yourself.
No,
well, his wife has slant eyes, so don't feel bad.
Whoever the Jesuits are. Who said today is July 2nd, 2020?
Hold on for a second. Conservative Supreme with the $15 cash. Go ahead, Ava. Go ahead.
No, Ava doesn't know who the Jesuits are. Ava, who gave us the calendar?
Zach, you have a voice of like a fat guy. If you weren't cammed up.
Ava, who gave us the calendar? Ava, go ahead.
Who gave us the calendar? I don't know who gave us the calendar.
The Jesuits did.
So now numerology and Gematria proven right, since Ava does not know who gave us the calendar.
Well, the church is also
responsible
smarter
than all
for the
of
English
us,
language as we know it.
I don't know these niche numbers and days.
You're making a critique of my work.
And remember, it's not that he's trying to be, I'm a smarty pants. He's trying to obviously show the knowledge, because the same with myself. But when I'm showing somebody, My point is, first and foremost, by default, I'm like, yeah, man, people, like humans, are smart. Look at all the things humans can do. So then, when you come across stuff like this, like in general, not on about just this panel or whatever, I'm just saying in general, it makes it insulting back on my own intelligence for thinking, you know, by default, you've got smartness in your brain. Get it? And then I realize via the constructed environment conditions, you know, the bad food, the bullshit media, I mean, there's so many things I can point out, what contributes to the dumbing down of people. So that's why it's so frustrating. And if you can't see or understand that, well then, there you go.
You don't even understand any of about it. You don't know where Gematria comes from. Which
You know, here we are trying to share so we can build together, bring pieces of the puzzle. You know what I mean? Same way I found the knowledge, it should be, oh shit. You know, it should be a knock-on effect. Oh wow, let me, you know, nearest and dearest, they need to hear about this or understand a little bit of this. Even if we don't go ultra balls deep in it, but at least get a good understanding and do your due diligence. None of these people, apart from you probably got some undercover ones like CT and Gimpy that really do know, but they like to stir the pot and make the show when they, you know, when they're doing their transmissions over there and make it chaotic truth. Again, hence the name of the channel. Shall I make this the last one? Oh my god, I need to re-record and upload to YouTube, then reload it back down because it compresses. I've done about 8 now, so if you want to watch the rest of that, feel free.
Alright, so signal back. Mic check. Yeah. So yeah, man, they're all about just projecting. Most of what they're saying is a projection of what they are, you know? They're the ones that's mad. And remember, those under mind control don't know they're under mind control. Just because people wake up, as I always say, it doesn't mean that you're consciously online, you know, or even remotely spiritually. So always remember that. All right. Oh, I might come back on later or tomorrow. Oh, do you know what though? Should I just do it now? Let me just see what I've got there because I have got 2 little pieces, maybe. And we'll check the news in real time, just see what's going on, right? Just quickly. Let's have a look. Fuck it. While I'm here. That's the time now. 4:30. Yeah, I need to start doing some other stuff and get busy around. Half hour's time. So yeah, half hour 45 tops me gone. Let's put that on quick. Get my notes up. Hop over to the gallery. Check the news. Again, you're welcome to join the panel. Excuse me, I'm quite stuffy today. Goddamn sinuses. Goddamn pollen. I don't get as bad as I used to though when I was growing up. Hay fever, but it's just there, just a smidge. Itchy throat sometimes, but not brutal, as I say. When I was younger, oh my god, horrible. Oh. Still get slightly puffy eyes, but not brutal as before. Oh my god, itchy eye. Oh, long. Ultra stuffy nose and all of that. Oh, it's just not sexy. Oh, we're not even going to go over that. That's long. Basically, I already said it. You know what? I think I'm just going to check the news. Let's just see what's on the news. I thought I had something there, something that was short and quick. Yeah, Michael Madsen was the last bit, and I did his son, as you already know, as mentioned. But you know what? Let's just quickly see the accurate 34 of what it was, because it was on the video with the message that I left, right? Let's just quickly see that. And what's this one? Oh yes! Let's come back now. Finland. Finland. There was a stabbing in Finland yesterday. And that was 7/3, right? Remember, Knife Man, 73. Or is it 37? Either or. I'll soon get it up. Let me just quickly check this one before though. What's his name? Son. Yeah, Hudson Lee Madsen, right? So this is the actor that starred in the Quentin Tarantino movie, Reservoir Dogs, and other ones as well. You know, Quentin Tarantino usually keeps the same cast to play characters in his movies and stuff, usually. So yeah, he was in Reservoir, he was in Kill Bill. I don't know if was he in Hateful Eight. I need to rewatch that. I didn't really fully feel that one when I first watched it all that time when it came out years ago. So I might try that on yeah, I'll try it this weekend again still. Especially if that Michael Madsen's in it. But anyway. So Hudson. Let's just look at his name, yeah? Hudson Madison without his Madsen, without the Lee, because that's the middle name. Right, so obviously first and last. It's got the 47 and 61. Go figure. Mental health equals 47 and 61. SUICIDE, aka self-delusion, equals 47, along with mental health. Mood swing equals 47. And it was, what is it? What was the mumps? Let me get the mump span, because welfare and Madsen and SUICIDE, that word, equals 34. Yeah? So let me quickly get this up right here. I think the son died. Hold on, let me make sure I say this correctly. He died, yeah, 23rd of January. He's born 20th of May. Where's that 30 just gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Between his death, so from his death, oh sorry, from his death to his birthday, what would it have been, right? So from 23rd of January to the 20th of May. Does anybody want to take a wild gander what it equates to? 3 months and 4 weeks. S word, aka self-deletion, equals 34. Welfare 34. Last name Madsen equals 34. Come on. And if you do it from 2021, from his birthday to when he dies in 2022, 23rd of January, 8 months, 3 days. I mean, give me a break. Murder 83 again. I'm not saying it's definitely that, but you know, in those circles. And when he died, his last, basically, sorry, his 2021 birthday, May 20th, basically 66, numerology, life lesson 30, then numerology of 12, then numerology of 46, then numerology of 10, then 48, 28. It's exactly the same match. So 23rd of January, 2022, and with his birthday the year before, you will have the match. It will always be like that, obviously. Yeah. So that's a full house snap, top to bottom. How are you doing? Yeah, them type of dub plays. Especially that 34. I mean, that's just the cherry on top, really. All coinciding with each other. And as I say, you've got the 83. Again, he murdered himself, obviously. But we know the S word that I was spelling out, that's the term, right? That's the word that goes with it. But of course, You never know. As I said, Daddy was, big in the game. He might have had to pay some dues, and you always knew that day was coming up. Even if his child was, you know, depressive, state of mind, etc., etc., mood swinging, taking substances, or may not have been. I don't know, but whatever the case may be, or a combo of and or. So, and it can be the easiest way if it was nefarious for them to be like, yeah, obviously we just play it off like that. And I know I've come across many of those in the limelight stories, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, did that person from Love Island or Towie was that all right, maybe one I could blind, but it's been about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like, okay, is this all like what is there something in the water over there? Like, what's going on? Why is this just such a thing? And as you know, just because you're in the limelight, it's not all sexy. Especially when you get grind down, work hard more than a fucking robot type of thing. One place to the next, handlers telling you to do this and that. Then some of them they really have to have an ex persona and character, maybe for the music that they do. You know what I mean? Got to rush now to Bohemian Grove to take that oath. Shit like that. Fruit flies been whizzing by. When I catch him, whizzing by here and there, having a whale of a time. When I catch him. But anyway. And with the dad to the death, so with Michael Madsen's birthday to the death of his son, 3 months, 4 weeks, overhang of 1 day. So again, you got the 34 there. And if you include the end date, the alternative span is 121. Blood sacrifice equals 121. I'm not saying that's what it is. The other alternative span is 17 weeks in 1 day. State of mind equals 171. And the 171st prime is 1019. Drop the 0, 119. So again, what was it? Was it welfare? Let me quickly go back to make sure I say it correctly. So welfare, mental health, S word, SUICIDE. So that word, mental health, already said it. Welfare, mood swing, all 119. And that's why I always point out when they're talking about, oh, there's a spike in people offing themselves self-deletion in the midst of 2020 and into 2021 and 2022 in the height of the madness of face masks, etc. And again, lockdown equals 119. Even the NHS, the National Health Trust phone number to ring and call if you feel you had symptoms is 119. Don't forget the Tories. You get the Tory party, Boris Johnson and all of that. At the time, the Tories equals 119, who won by 47 seats, and Tories equals 47. And we know they love 47 in conjunction with the words of authority and obey 47, authority 47, Republican, Democrat, President, Government, White House, News 47. Did I say obey already, right? Judge with gavel 47. Time equals 47. And of course, the flip side of that with the 74. Jesus, parables, gospel, Messiah, Lucifer, cross 74. I'm forgetting some right now. But again, it's not hard to see the parallels. Just like with I might as well say this quickly while I'm there, while it's come back into my mind. With the Talmud, all right? The Talmud book that they go by. We've gone over this how many times and how many transmissions and normal uploads. And of course, other channels in the community. Shout out to them. And again, when you start to study language, actually start to study it somewhat, you begin to see how things are pigeonholed. So again, just like all those 119s I've just been explaining, just like all like the 38s for death, again, the self-deletion numbers, right? So we're going to start again. Self-deletion stuff, all has the same type numbers, all running around them, yeah? All in and around them. And then of course, words like found dead, murder, drowned, 38, etc., delete, cancel, killing, stabbing, right? And other ones that I'm forgetting, that's key. Some other ones that I'm forgetting right now, that's key. Are the ones that I don't usually say. You know, like you're watching a video from somebody else and you're like, oh shit, that one too, yeah? Nice one, all right. And of course, not just with murder, it could be with whatever category. But the point is, just note how it's all pigeonholed. And then going back to the Talmud book that they go by in Baba Kamar 113a, and that passage where it states about being in a legal setting. And as I always say, like a broken record, if you want to be susceptible to their madness and legality stuff that they've set up to con you in the midst of their contracts or whatever it is, and legalese and all this type of stuff, they'll just treat you like cattle and goyim, right? So if you want to be susceptible to the lies and the BS, so again, it's funny. Again, we mentioned space. NASA likes to fake it with green screen and whoever else. SpaceX, green screen 113. Talking about mainstream media infiltrated, right? Propaganda, grooming culture, etc., etc. Yeah. But anyway, mainstream 113. Again, green screen 113. Going back to the government stuff, politics equals 113. You know they love to lie. And again, mainstream news, fake space. So again, green screen 113. Mainstream 113, politics 113, perjury 113. If you write this out, if you write out the number for dishonesty, that equals 113. Not true, not factual, bullshit, those all equal 113. Again, if you get divorced, it's more than likely from lies and cheating. Divorce equals 113. Dreamworld, if I remember correctly, is 113. I'm sure Dreamworld is 113. Maybe fake reality as well. So again, swinging back around to this. Let me change this background. It's been going for a while. Also, mental health issues is 211. The 47th prime is 211. And again, mental health, the S word, SUICIDE, 47, mood swing 47. Also again, born on 20th of May, Madsen equals 20. I think we're done with that. Yeah, so pretty easy to see the patterns. Pretty easy. Don't claim to know it all, but surely we're onto something here. 29 months, 1 week, 4 days. from son's death to father's passing. And Madsen equals 29. And again, Madsen equals 20. He's born on the 20th of May. Again, the numbers that are around you, how you're polarized, what you attract. And again, there's no coincidences, you know. You're not here by accident. And in the same year, so going from that 29, Madsen 29 from 2022, Death of his son, January 23rd to Wednesday, July 3rd, 2020. Ah, do you know what? I just realized, like a dickhead. I must have made a mistake. Oh, well, I'd clearly made a mistake. That's why that person's mum was 41 months. I need to go and change my comment on Zach's video. My bad. It was, but then I can still take it if you're just doing it from the annual. So obviously I could take it, the annual of your son's death in, no, but you know what? No. Do you know what? Discard it. Because you've still got the extra year gap in you. It's not even like it's 2023 to 2024. Or basically, it should be either from the date 2022 to 2025 or 2020. But then, yeah. Basically, it's depending on how you look at it because of the significance of what it is. But yeah, discard that 29, 14 for 1 week, 4 days. Right, it happens once in a blue moon. But yeah, you still get in the same year 163 days. Oh yeah, Zach pointed that bit out with the 38th prime. Now, the Finland stabbing. I remember, was it last year? I said to look out for something on the 30th of June. The word stabbed equals 136, like 13/6, 13th of June. Because the year before, the 2024 situation with Sebastian Lanza in Finland with the neo-Nazi mall stabbing, and Sebastian Lanza equals 136. Also, that day, 13th of June, is the fictional character Jason Voorhees' birthday. And of course, we know he likes a stabby. And a slash. A proper slasher. But yeah, and if you're at a horror movie, and of course the Jesuit order, that equals 201. That day leaves 201 days of the year. And of course, we know to look out for things like that because probably something like today might have already happened. Or some, again, active shooter or something like that, as I already pointed out. Active shooter equals 74, I'm pretty sure. Always make sure to have something for a day like this. Trust me. People out there trying to celebrate their Independence Day. Before we go back to the 201, Independence Day equals 74, holiday 74, Jewish 74. A couple I'm forgetting right now, excuse me, but active shooter I'm pretty sure is 74. So yeah, horror movie equals 201. The Jesuit order 201. Heliocentrism 201. Again, the Globlin globe model. Sacred number equals 201. The Holy Bible equals 201. Right, going back to the story, it happened in the Ratina shopping center. Interestingly, Ratana shopping center, again, this is in Finland. Oh, and before I continue, I was supposed to say, I started to say it, but I segued a couple of things there, so excuse me. But basically, Nottingham, UK, I think it was 2023, it must have been. And you had the, I mean, go and watch my videos or playlists for it, you know? And you had Valdo Calacane. And the stabbing situation and driving into people with the car, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure, if I remember correctly, was he the one that knocked at MI5's? He knocked on the MI5 door. I'm sure that was the situation. And they took down his, you know, who he was or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that can't happen, but you know, I've got to be speculative here and think, okay, is the, was he actually leaving there and he came back because he knows the MK Ultra facilities in there or something like that? Or you thought it was safe to let him out and he's already been out for a bit, and then one day he's like, well, hold on, I've got the urge to just go up to the MI5 building. I'm not sure why, because you don't really realize how, you know, fragmented his mind has been made, you know, and stuff like that. Anyway, Valdo Calacane, he had two names. The guy that went to the Nottingham College, or he's doing some engineering course, and spazzed out in the term. Shoot, this is going to turn off on me. We've got 9%. Yeah, 9%. Battery, let me plug it in. Let me quickly change this as well. Yeah, and his name, Valdo Calacane. He had all the classic 27s and whatnot in there. Again, knife 27, probably a 45 in there as well. And again, he had two names. Some black guy from Africa, right? The perpetrator for Nottingham Madness. And Valdo, if you look up the meaning, Valdo means, excuse me, my nose is so bunged up right now. But yeah, Valdo means rule, govern, power. Oh, interesting. Who likes rule, govern, power? And if you look up his last name, you'll find a slight different spelling, but it's the same thing, Calacane, but with a K, and I think it was Caine. It might not be an E at the end. But anyway, you'll find a dark dystopian book that had a short miniseries TV show at one point in time, and when you find it on the, as I showed in the videos, when you find it on the Wikipedia or elsewhere, if you find the book, because there's a novel in the book and then they made the TV miniseries, what is on the book cover? A syringe. And I'm saying, wow, in the midst of, you know, C19 and all these variant stuff going on, I said, wow, what are the odds of that? His first name, Valdo, means power, rule, and govern. And if you didn't know, government, govern your mental. So it means governing of the mind. So again, what are the odds that his first name is that and his last name is Calacane? And it goes nicely with a dark dystopian book about, basically, the synopsis is, you know, those that are thinking out the box, you know, they're going to get, you know, injections to keep them dumb, docile, and subservient. So again, what are the odds of that? Just what are the odds? You know, well, one point I'm trying to get across: what are the odds? How is this stupid information? Before we continue back with the story, with Finland, with the update, the one that happened yesterday, never forget you had the acid attack situation when the guy dashes the acid on the woman allegedly and threw someone himself. They couldn't find him for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And apparently they said he went into the Thames. He just walked into the Thames. He killed himself that way or whatever. And the day that they released to say, and I put up a post. You can look. You can find my video showing it. I put up a post and I said, more than likely today, which was a Friday as well. Funnily enough. And that was last year, right? What's his name again? Azidi, was it Abdul Azidi? It might be Abdul Azidi. Something so. Abdul Azidi. And imagine, in the news, I make the post to say, wow, more than likely they say something to do with this today. And then I had say Saturday, and then I missed say Sunday, and I said Monday. Yeah, it's not going to go past such and such. And of course, the reason why I had days missed out because I'm looking at the numerology and stuff like that. Boom, boom, boom. And again, regardless if it's organic or scripted, I'm just, yeah? Anything after, okay, we'll try and distinguish that regardless of what way it may sway to, you know? So imagine, they come out and say the man drowned in the river on February the 9th, yeah? The word drown equals 29, yeah? And that day was the 38th day of the year as of February the 9th, yeah? The 38th day, yeah. Drowned, pretty sure it's not drowning. Drowned equals 38. Drown equals 29. So again, February the 9th, the 38th day of the year, that's when they give you that update. Give me a break. But I'm pulling numbers out my backside, am I? Regardless if it's scripted or not scripted. Wow, that's crazy. That is fucking crazy. And again, they give you movies like the Sandra Bullock one with the murder by numbers, and they change the letter E to a 3 and the B to an 8. I'm sure I probably got it in this description for this video. A couple of links to a couple of movies, and I know one of them is going to be Knowing with Nicolas Cage. You can watch it on YouTube. Type it in, Knowing Nicolas Cage, or hit the link. You've even got that film coming out. Is it this month? Is it called Eddington? And clearly, you can hear the Gematria talk in the background because there's quite loud music going on with what they're showing you, and then one person's talking. But if you listen carefully, you can hear underneath that. If you haven't already seen Zach point that out already, they practice coding numbers into words and phrases. Old Kabbalistic practice, however it goes. Literally to the T what Zach says, and us echoing, somewhat, certain stuff what Zach would have said or whoever else. Which is clearly a important thing to say or whatever. In correspondence to what we're talking about overall. Now, the place, you talk about stabbing and stabbing 38, murder 38, collapsed, found dead, etc. Delete, cancel, drowned even, as we just mentioned, all 38 and more. Masonic 38, again killing 38. But the dub plate here was a stabbing at this mall, right? Finland. Ratina or Ratina shopping center equals 308. Drop the 0, 38. Ratana or Ratina, however you pronounce it, Ratina. I'm not sure how they pronounce it out there, of course, again, Finland. Excuse me, I'm burping. And I'm yawning at the same time. Nature calls, bro. It's probably because I had a blast of that suit a little while back, you know. Setting in. And the heat. Summertime and all of that jazz. But... So anyway, Ratina equals 27 and 45. The suspect, I think, is 21. They haven't given out a photo or a picture or any names yet for the suspect. But again, I'm not going to be surprised if I see a 52 and I'm stabbing 52, or a 29 stabbing 29, stabbing 38, killing 38, etc. Knifing 38, stabs 38. Again, conditions were ripe for that to go down, regardless if it was scripted or not. Okay, we're noting the predisposition of folks, and as I say, we're noting why they're more likely to spaz out in a specific way. And I know I'm just echoing that again like a broken record, but I don't get another simple way to say that. And that's just, I mean, come on, man. Finland 33, we've gone over 33 earlier. Finland equals 33. Finnish city of, or Finnish, I don't know how to pronounce it, Finland, Finnish city of Tampere, or Tampere. Sure, stabbed 17, you got the 107 there, drop the 0. Death 118 on the end as well. And I'm pretty sure I've just found this out. To do with going back to the other Finland one in 2024. Remember we were speaking about 13/6 and Sebastian Lamza? Now, obviously, I would have covered all of this before, but it just come across my desk, so to speak, today. When looking up the new Finland stuff and then typing in stuff for the old one. And interesting that the new one, what is it they did? He didn't actually get convicted. He's got to pay fines. So he stabs up, say, a 12-year-old and I think maybe a 14 or 15-year-old. Racial situation. And also, again, race 27. And racism equals 27. Again, knife 27. He's trying to blame it on, is he being watched? He's been convicted for stuff before in the past as well. He did something at an opening to do with neo-Nazi book that was coming out. Maybe throwing shade or exposing stuff. And there was something else that went down. I don't know if it was an LGBT or some Pride Month or something was going on. So he has had stuff on his thing, you know, in his rap sheet or whatever they call it, one of the terms. But anyway, what I didn't see till today, and we'll get back to his conviction stuff when I get to the slides, but it was just coming into my mind, so that's why I quickly said some of it. But anyway, bam. His first name is Juhani or Juhani. Juhani. So it's that, then Sebastian Lamza. So over here, they was just saying Sebastian Lamza. And I'm sure Knife Man is 37 as well. Just quickly going back with yesterday's date with the latest one. I think it's both 73 and 37. And they come back to the last one, or going back to the last one, Sebastian Lamza equals the 136, again going with the Dane question, 13/6. And they're obviously said in videos beforehand to look out for obvious reasons. And again, Sebastian Lamza equals 37. Knife Man equals 37. And here we have yesterday on 7/3 or 3/7. You have a madman spazzing out, stabbing people up. And I think he killed some people yesterday. So condolences if that's the case. I'll get to that in a moment. So I quickly go through these slides. He's got 64 in his full name. It's all about trying to kill. Okay, going back to Sebastian Lanza, but with his first name included as well. And if you want to join the stream, the link is there. Or if you can't see it, let me know and I'll drop the link. Now again, all these type of terroristic type activities, scripted or not, interesting. We know terrorist equals 142. Again, 9/11 lasted an hour and 42. They made a documentary called 102 Minutes That Changed the World. Again, 102 minutes equates to 142. And again, as we were speaking about C19, of course, Corona virus equals 142, like terrorist equals 142. So again, terrorist equals that, the C word that I just mentioned. Shopping mall equals 142. And 61, again, mental health. So, you know, they got them in there spazzing out, whether it's scripted or not. Finland, 33. We went over the other 33s earlier, but anyway, neo-Nazi equals 33. Neo-Nazi is 41, again, causing a type of terrorism. Terrorism, 41. Yeah, they said he's not criminally accountable because he's saying that, so that's that's fucking crazy. So basically he's trying to play like some type of mental health card or something like that. But then imagine now they tuck you away now, soft walls, and just, you know what I mean? You can't even walk too great because they just pump you up full of a madness. Because they want to stabilize you in a specific way. So is it worth doing that? Or as I'm saying, is he from, you know, is it all scripted? I don't know. I don't know, man. And what I do know is these numbers ain't bullshit. And last year it was on the day of a life lesson of 27. Concerning the Jason Voorhees birthday, 13th of June. Again, Sebastian Lamza. Remember Southport as well. His name equates to 136. Axel something Remuda Carter, whatever it was. Was it Alex or Axel? I think it was Axel, not Alex. It was Axel. Right? Look, Sebastian 27. And then even with his actual first name that I clocked just today is 27 and 63. Oh, Sebastian 63 as well. Oh my god, here's a numerology. Terrorism 63, Jesuit order. If it is via that, you know, if it is via that, you know, I mean, it's all fitting. And then from now to, was it the situation yesterday? Sorry, from now going back to, yesterday going back to what happened last year, 13th of June. Finland to Finland, shopping malls. It's 386 days, so 386. 386. Oh yeah, I have got something for that. They said he's not criminally accountable. Excuse me. So not criminally accountable. 386. we'll close out with this. But I will quickly look at the news in real time just to see. Oh, it's time for me to get off anyway in about 5 minutes. So, yeah, there was also another copycat one that came, I think, maybe a week later. I think that was on June 18th last year. After the Sebastian situation. Race 18. It's like a copycat thing or something like that. But yeah, he's saying about hearing voices, or he thinks that he's being spied on, so he's being extra, what's the word, like paranoia and stuff like that, he's trying to say. Yeah, he was previously convicted of stabbing a man in 2013 at an event in a public library where a new book on the far right in Finland was being presented. And I'm sure there's another one for like Pride Month or something like that as well. So yeah, it was a 12-year-old and a 15-year-old. Crazy. Perfect, that's the end of that. Right, let me quickly check the news, or something crazy might have just come in. Let's just have a quick look. Let's have a little looky over here. Give me 1 second, yeah. I'll check my tabs as well, see what tabs I've got open up. As we say, our last little pieces, little bits and bobs, and as I said, we might check something out in the calculator as well. Quickly. Oh, we might look into that one quickly. Arsenal as well. If you haven't seen my, I think it might be in a playlist. If you go to the playlist section, 2 videos. Check out the Arsenal footballer who died last year. His name's Kevin Campbell. Be sure to watch those videos. Save me, chin wagging it here. The only reason why I was going to be extra because of the type of transmission it is as well. And I know, if somebody does watch it, it's just trying to get the point across. That's why it's being quite repetitive, with things that I've said. So as much as I don't want to, a couple of times that it has been done, or a few times too many, it is slightly purposeful here and there. That person looks like somebody I knew badly, right? That looks so much like, what's her name again? Oh my god, that looks so much like her. It's not her because of the name I'm reading here, but look at all the 52s as well that you have with that Liverpool player. I forgot to download the other video. Go on Script Unveiled and put out a decent, a quick video, 2 minutes for the Liverpool guy that died yesterday. Tyre equals 52, Liverpool 52. I'm sure there was a 5-month, 2-day span as well from death to his birthday, or between him and Ronaldo, with the death and Ronaldo's birthday. And then Ronaldo, he's born, what is it? February the 5th. So again, Liverpool 52, yeah? They say his tyre blew out. Tyre equals 52. And it was on the A52. And then you've got the 5 months, 2 days, and all of that stuff going on. And a bit more to it, but to sit there and say this is nonsense and we're just cherry picking and it's just all bullshit. Wow, that is just crazy. ultra stupid. But as I say, they like to bask in this stupidity, you know. They like to be saturated. Some are actually, as we say, provoking the situation anyway, because they really know what's going on, but then the rest of them, no, they are just dumb. You know? They can't handle anything that breaks the mold in a specific way, when clearly there's correlation. I can't see anything major just yet, but it would have just gone past 12 in the US. Give or take an hour, or going either way because you've got different states or whatever. But I'm pretty sure they're about 5 hours behind. 17:17 in the UK right now. As the sun goes by. Yeah, I can't say anything immediate yet, but we will quickly check. We'll quickly look at the rape guy situation there. So let's quickly scroll it down here. What's this one? Serial killer Joanna Denny was my stepmom. She was a sex maniac and rinsed my dad. I'm sure I covered that situation before. Just remember the picture with that knife. Yeah, I've definitely covered it. Joanna. Alright, we'll quickly do this one and the football one quickly, just to see. I'll get a reminder anyway for the Joanna one because I'm pretty sure I've done this one before. She murdered 3 men and stabbed 2 more before going on the run. Fucking hell. Oh, is that the one? Oh man, I don't know. Is that the one when I saw the police like do like a road stop, or like, you know, she's walking on the path or whatever? She tried to give a different name, but she got catch, if that's the one I'm thinking of. The size of the knife she's got in her hand as well. It's like one proper like fantasy looking knife. Fucking hell. Massive. Pretty big knife, to be fair. Got the wings on it there, the handle. And then the way the knife's designed. Fucking hell, that was not going to be sexy if that's getting in. Fuck. That's all long. Alright, let's just quickly see if her name. As I say, let's go through my videos. I'm sure you'll come across the situation reveal because I have done it before, but we'll just quickly punch her name in. We're going to get the classic. So I can't remember. And if it isn't, it doesn't mean that all the others. Oh my god, where's this thing going? Does then not mean that, you know, all the thousands of entries that I and others have done concerning knife situations or whatever, doesn't mean that it's all bullshit, or we're just pulling numbers out of our ass. Give me a moment here, sorry guys. Can't see anything off the bat. See her last name. First name we got the 107. Definitely she brought chaos. Chaos equals 19. Full name 59. Kill equals 59. But you know, I'm looking for the dub plate. No, it's not. All right, let's see if we can see one of the days that the murders took place on. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look here. Oh yeah, I'll punch in the word serial killer as well. Let's see if we can get some dates for when she did the madness. Give me a moment here. So she murdered 3 men and dumped their bodies in ditches in Cambridgeshire in 2013. That's fucking wild, man. That's fucking crazy. Murdered 3 men. Lukas Slabowski. Oh man, I'm gonna try that again. So you got Luke Slab, then you got John Chapman, then you got Kevin Lee. Again, condolences. Right, let me get this other tab up as well. It might give me some accurate dates. Rather than saying just a year or whatever. Her eyes look proper dead as well, boy. Fucking Notta. Super dark around the eyes, looks dead in the eyes, you know, them I was like, fucking hell. So it was the dad's daughter, just explained that Joanna, who was she described as an alcoholic, wanted to have bonding time with her, but it was not really for her own benefit. So what? Hold on. Was she going out with the dad or going out with the daughter? What the hell's going on here? I can't remember the whole situation, but oh, we've got some dates. First victim was 31st of March, then March 29th. So hold on. The first victim was the Luke Slabo Slabozewski. Was a housemaid. She convinced the Polish national that she wanted to meet him for sex before stabbing him in the heart and dumping his body in a wheelie bin. Falklands War veteran John Chapman, 56, who was also believed to have lived with the perpetrator, was murdered by her a week later. Fucking hell. Then he goes on to say property developer Kevin Lee became Joanna's final victim on March 29th. Fucking hell. Stabbing and stabbing 29. Let's see if there's any correlation with on the 31st of March with the life lesson and stuff. And serial killer. Yeah, so I wasn't tripping. I said it kind of backwards, but yeah, so 31st, 29. See if they got their fucking dates correct. Otherwise, I have to go to the flipping Crown Prosecution Service just to make sure. But we'll give a quick look here just to. Midday now, you know? Page the page and load up, man. Hold on. Harlan settle down. You see me, don't it? Right, so fuck, what was the year? Was it 2013? 2013. Def 213 as well. Anyway, we're not, unless we get something on the name or something. But anyway, 31st March, and then you got March 29th. Again, stabbing and stabbing 29. You got March 29th. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. The 90th day of the year. Knife equals 90. With a life lesson of 40 on March 31st. 3 add 31, 2 and 0, and 1 and 3 equals 40. And 4 represents death. At death's door, rhyme and reason. 4 represents death as well as foundation. When it comes to talking about other things and, you know, the you-know-who's. But anyway. So the 90th day of the year again. Knife equals 90. Day numerology. 3 and 31. Yeah, she murdered. Murder equals 34. Now moving from the 31st, going back 2 days to the 29th of March. You got a life lesson of 38. Fucking hell. Conditions were ripe for that type of precipitation, be it acidic or scripted, or whatever the case. However the cookie crumbles, that's my point. Alright? So it crumbles, so you see it. Don't it? You don't get me point? Oh, no, get me point. Oh, what kind of bumper cloud fuckery? No, I'm joking. I'm playing. This has been going on for months. What's the goddamn year? What the fuck is going on? How the hell are you lot still on that bandwagon chanting what you're chanting? You're doing it on purpose, along with the fools that just don't want to learn. And then you, as I say, you built up your bullshit cult over there. About is Gematria a fucking cult? Give me a fucking break. Is being a flat earth or a cult? What? These times, this blood clot, he's in a cult, a fraternity type cult. Telling me about blood clot cults. Give me a break. Let me stick my tongue out. Let me strike as a snake arm pose. Let me walk like an Egyptian. Fuck's sake. Get my pose right. Let me stick out my tongue. Make sure it goes sways down to the left. Get my arse, get my arse cheeks out so you can you know, paddle. Get the paddle and paddle my booty. Let me get the raw egg ready as well, so I can pass it to another male's mouth in the fraternity. Did you do that, CT? I'm asking for a friend. Right, serial killer. What's that? So again, killing. 38. Let's see what serial killer. Give me 1 second. I have to reload the page. I have to look at something quickly on a different tab. Let's do this quickly. I'm going over time. Shit. I can squeeze 7 minutes. Tops. There we go. Did her name not equate to 59? Excuse me, remember moments ago I said kill 59, and she's a serial killer. Serial killer equals 59. So again, kill 59, serial killer 59. The girl's name Joanna Denny equals 59. Go figure. Unbelievable. Serial killer also equates to 193. Of course, the 44th prime is 193. Kill equals 44. Again, the 44th prime is 193. And that's why it's so important when it goes hand in hand with, pretty sure is Knife Man 44 as well? Let me quickly tap that in. Hold up. I know it was a woman this time around, but let's just quickly punch this in. Come on, Knife Man's. Yeah, Knife Man 44, yeah. Knife Man 44. And then going back to the soldiers and stuff like that. Shooting 44, execution. Gunfire 44. Firearms or firearm 44. One or the other, plural or not to plural. To plural or not to plural? That is the question. Right, but anyway. Yeah. And again, on a day of a lifeless and a 38 when it all started. Wow. Killing, knifing, stabbing and stabbing. And all the other 38s who said how many times already in today's stream, so up to speed yet, or it hasn't sunk in, note it down in your notepad. And just keep listening until you get it. Then once you get it, you can take off the stabilizers, then you'll get to a level like myself. I'm riding the bike, as I always say, doing the Gematria, no hands. Yeah. Zach's a level up, obviously, or a few levels up, you know what I mean, and others alike. Concerning just the Gematria stuff. And obviously they're blindfolded riding the bike nicely. No crashing, no nothing, going around corners, wheelie and one wheel, doing endos and shit. Nicely. Blindfolded. No stabilizers. As I say, if I was to go through the victims' names, then more than likely we'll see some more correlation and stuff. Let me quickly check this footballer. Then I can get out of there. Because I need to do some stuff. Go and sort some stuff out up the road, make some phone calls. Alright, where's that tab gone here? Let me check, is anybody in there? Probably dead. Yeah, we've been there 3 hours now, so time to sign out and then quickly change this music. As I do this last little check just to see any correlation with the rape stuff with the footballer guy here. Come on, mate. I don't know, I've said it like a broken record, but I want it to be somewhat thorough. I haven't gone like ultra OTT, but I still want it to be somewhat thorough. But as I say, you can do this effortlessly, you don't have to even bust a sweat. And point at them and tell them, you're an idiot, you're an idiot. Yeah, you're all idiots. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're a cunt. You're a scumbag. You're a agent provocateur. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're all cunts. Oops. And you too, Oprah. You're another one, scumbag. Right, let's get this. Where's this flipping footballer gone? Oh my god, let's go back here. Up at the top. football. Footy rape. Fuck's sake. Can I not promoting doing the activity you do? Can I not just speak the word for fuck's sake? Am I alright? Am I on eggshells? Am I on eggshells, mate? That's the question, alright? You let me know. Am I on eggshells? Fucking had enough of your bollocks. Right, so we have ex-Arsenal star Thomas Partey. He want party hard, didn't party too much. If it's true, charged with 5 counts of 5 counts of rape against 2 women and sexually assaulting a third. Scripted or not, it's not good, is it? Let's just see any correlation. Any dates that go with that as well, that would be nice. He's Ghanaian, let me quickly get that as well. We get his birthday up, and then of course we'll look at today, the life lesson again, the numerology. He's currently 32. He will appear at court on August 5th. His contract with Arsenal just ended June 30th, and it was not renewed, making him a free agent. The allegations relate to 3 separate women. That's not sexy. And it just don't make sense though. When you because you can get without that though. I don't get it. Fucking hell, you play for Arsenal. Why? Like how? I don't get it. You're saying you can't catch a wag. You know what I mean? Or potential wag, or get a little something. There's just no way you ain't getting that. I don't care how you look. But when you're a footballer, you're playing Premier fucking League, and you're like, really? And I know there's people out there, obviously, that they're happy to come to do certain stuff in life and then abuse their power, type of thing. You know what I mean? And just take the piss and be way out of pocket. 2-2s, your drinks get spiked. You know what I mean? Or hypno and shit. These times there was no need for the guy to do that. You can get pum pum. Like there's no way you can't get pum pum. And if the lasses ain't dropping the knickers for ya, on just a normal way of, you know what I mean, nightclub, or you just see, you're shopping, you're chatting, you exchange numbers and whatnot. I'm sure you can get top tier quality, not being around in that specific, or basically not a low level, for sale, goddammit, escort, like something. There's no reason to do no Bill Cosby angle or whatever, however you done it. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Eh? That don't make no bomber clout sense to me. I don't care if you got Diddy size Tootsie Roll or what you got going on. Maybe you're not packing to, you know what I mean? I know for us black people, black guys, we're not too bad in certain areas, but obviously it might not be for everybody. Regardless of how tall you are, size of your foot, that don't always go with all of that, that type of template stuff. You know what I mean? Personally, I've never had complaints. I ain't that tall, I ain't got, big feet. I'm size 7. If you experience the shaky leg and other things that, other features, female features that factor in. If you ain't experienced the shaky leg, along with, you know what I mean? I'm proper ready to knock out after the session and just feel nice up, even if they don't knock out, to sleep. You know that one there. Don't be pissed. It is what it is. Yeah? But don't be doing no extra shit. And nobody was what's the word? nobody gave you the green light, so to speak. You know what I mean? Whether it's doing asphyxiation, they do that. Some people during hanky-panky sessions, they want to do the strangling stuff, asphyxiation. Unless it's already been discussed. Or when you go to do it, or if you try to do it even slightly, if you're telling no and you carry on, because you think no means yes, all that type of stuff. No don't always mean yes like that. You need to know how to read the fucking room. Yeah? And stop implementing well, I'm the man and I lead the way and I know that type of fucking shit. And manosphere or whatever. Yeah? What you need to do is pack it in. Why have I not got his flipping name here? Fuck's sake. Hold on. I'm not copy and paste that. Thomas Party. Cheers. Right, we're ready to go now. Let me bring up his age. Birthday, excuse me. 13th of June. We was talking much about 13th of June, wasn't it? Interesting. Right, let's get his full name. Thomas, I don't know if it's Teye. It's Teye. It's his middle name. Again, he's from Ghana, Ghanaian. Where he comes from, origin and stuff. Again, played for Arsenal. He was a defensive midfielder at his time there at the club. Right, let's pull up the calculator again now. Where I'm going. Oh my god, I've been more than 7 minutes. Need to hurry up, because my phone's going to be ringing in a minute. So 13th of June to today, right? This news is just making the rounds. And of course, we'll look up August 5th it was, wasn't it? August 5th. So let's see how long it is from his birthday to today. So Big Black Bosh. Oh, you didn't do that, did ya? Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Oh god, I need to reload it for fuck's sake. Waiting for that time to load. Right, we're back. So, what was it? Oh yeah, June 30th. Voorhees. And rape equals 22. We have 22 days to today, July 4th, with this news just making the rounds. I did not see this in the news yesterday. This is fresh, and it's a top story as well in the Sun. Top. If you go to the UK edition, if you're elsewhere across the stationary plane. I mean, them plates, 22 days. I'm pretty sure RAPE equals 22. Because I've covered enough of those situations, from footballers to people getting it in the park, allegedly. I'm not saying that they're all fake, but the correlation is just, come on. Again, be sure to check out those videos if you haven't already. And again, there's lots of jokes, as you know, I will bust my jokes here and there to lighten up the mood as we go through, regardless of the topics that we're shining a light on with the Gematria goggles and whatnot. But anyway, RAPE, yeah, 22, exactly. And remember, you had the other footballer with the forceful type of rapey allegations. What's his name? Was it Mason Greenwood? Was he also Arsenal or was he Manchester United? I can't remember. But that was maybe 2 years ago. If you look it up, and then you'll see when his girlfriend, it was either the 22nd or the 23rd of October, and the R word, RAPE, equals 22 and 23. And she put out a message on her Instagram, or she did a tweet or whatever. I was like, wow, what are the odds of that? She released that on that day, and then all the other stuff when he's got to go to, with his birthday, with the date duration stuff, then when he's got to go back to the police station or court or whatever, he had all the classic numbers to do with what we was looking at. So again, what are the odds, regardless if it's scripted or not? it's not always people getting killed off as such. You know, some people they say, well, you know what, I don't want that person to die, my mum or my close friend or family or whatever. Do you know what? Hit me with the RAPE situation. I'll take the humiliation ritual. You know what I mean? You think that hasn't happened or is going to happen again? And at the same time, of course, we're going to have real incidences as well. Oh yeah, let's do that as well. Let's type in footballer, Ghanaian. Give me one moment, I'm just punching these all in. Big bang bosh. Huh, it's got a 56 numerology today. 7 and 4, 20 or 25. Equals 56. 56 numerology. Footballer. Big story about a footballer. Right now, top story, if you go again to the Sun News UK edition, if you got a switch, you know, if you're in America or whatever. And of course, as I haven't put it out in today's transmission, just to quickly say it, might as well. It's all in that department. Did it say that you worded them fully, or was it no? Or was it sexual essay? You know, the essay stuff, so whatever. Anyway, still under the same umbrella. Under the same umbrella. I'll check back in a minute because I don't want to leave the tab and then I come back and it flipping refreshes itself like a dickhead. So annoying. Sometimes it will stay for ages and then sometimes it's like, okay, can you just hold? Anyway, I got a screenshot anyway, so it's all good. Let's put his name in. First name Thomas, right? Thomas. 22! Now that's the shit I'm talking about right there. Yes, right there. So I was setting up with a through ball, a sexy cross, and then somebody did one bicycle kick, wham into the back of the football net. Yeah, that's what that was just now. Yeah, hold that. We saying CT, Gimpy. We're like, what are you saying? Even Ava, what are you saying? You know, if you do hear this, I hope that you do take into consideration what I'm saying in this stream. And no, if you haven't watched anything else but this stream, please be sure. I'm gonna have to try and see if you got a channel because I think you did put out a video, right? The video that was playing on the CT, but there was reviewing and stuff, reaction into. We'll see if you got a channel there. I'll have a look. I'll try to find you. But yeah, I mean, come on, man. Cuts one, the other one as well, and his grift. Oh my god. That got me out of nowhere, but. Right, Thomas. Don't see anything with his full name. We'll do first and last name. Nah, I can't see anything. Oh, there is a 38 there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, R wording. So graping, minus the G obviously, equals 38. The 38 from is 163. His first and last name, Thomas Party, equals 163. I mean, 22 days since his birthday. Give me a break. Again, the R word, R-A-P-E, along with his actual first name, Thomas, equates to 22. In the same cipher, dark blue reduction. Full reduction. Well, I'm definitely fucking off in 2 minutes tops. 2 minutes 20 seconds. Now, no, I'm a 22. I'm a 22 man myself. Birthday. The number follows me. 22 is in the middle of my phone number. And then I've just had something else that basically deals with me on a 22 as well. Yeah. That just come up recently. I said, fucking look at that. And a whole heap of other 22s. As I pointed out before, you know, you go out somewhere, you come back, you ain't be watching the time. Oh, you came back at 22 minutes past. You wake up at 22 minutes past whatever hour. Of course, there is law of attraction and stuff like that. Just want to see to his birthday next year. From today, and then we'll call it a day. So, for his day, nah, we're good. We're good. All right, man. Let me get out of here. I'll see you when I see you. Wholeness.